The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
World premiere.
Podcast show number 329, being recorded on November the 1st, 2020. I'm one of your hosts, Jesus Gonzalez, known as Jesus Walks Out. Today I'm joined by my friend from the West Coast, the best coast, Gunny Chief Henley Mayo. Welcome back, Henley. Welcome.
Hello, everybody. Good to be back.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing mighty fine, sir. How you doing?
Doing great out here in California. Things are good.
Oh, that's good.
It's cool.
Best Coast. And from Little Ohio, the Mayo, Steve Willier. Welcome back, Steve. Welcome.
Hey, what's going on, Jesus?
Howdy.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going well. You?
Okay, good.
Things in the
People.
city,
Yeah. All right. People, you can follow us on Twitter, _Horrible Gamers. Follow us on Facebook, Horrible Gamers Podcast. Join our group, Horrible Gamers Podcast Community. It is a closed group, so it means anything you post in there stays in there. And you can join our Discord. There's a Discord link in the show notes. Just click on that. Make sure you have the Discord app on your phone. And it'll just take you in, and you'll just join. And it'll say, welcome, whatever your name is. And then you're in. You're in. So, yeah. Also, want to go quick and huge special shout out to our friends over on the Patreon machines. Our friend Michael Zick. I spoke to him the other day, like on Discord. He was like on Discord, and he was like in the chat with me. I think he was watching me stream Call of Duty or something. And he corrected me. He told me his last name was not pronounced Zach. It's spelled like Sitch or I don't remember. To be honest. I probably shouldn't be saying this, but I'm sorry, Michael. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Shout out to Jason Sams, Robert Noble, Sean Bacharach, Chad, Brandon Willard. I don't know how to say. That's a hard one. Vaderholic, Commandalorian, Native Lives Matter, Henley M, Jesse Kraut, Porchapu, The Mayo, Robbie Wheat, Adam Sunday, John Jerome, Evan Tanaka, Jonathan Big D Hall, Jonathan Drugs Hall, Bill Garner II. Woo! Thanks to all of you for being Patreon machines. I love you all. Shout out to them, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. We appreciate you. We love you.
I love all of you. But yeah. Shout out to Michael. Yeah, he was playing with me the other day. It was Call of Duty. It was fun. Anyways, but first we gotta get through all this intro shit. If you like Stitcher, well, if you like podcasts, you should probably like Stitcher, because Stitcher is a premium podcasting app, Mayo.
It is.
But yes, it is. You can download Stitcher app on your Android device right now, Mayo. Right now. Mm-hmm. You can do it. Do it right now.
Okay, right on it.
You get yourself a premium account. With the premium account, you may be wondering, well, what's a premium account? Can I just listen for free? Yeah, you can, of course, be some kind of hobo and listen for free, I guess. But with premium, you get access to ad-free listening, Gunny,
Ooh.
as well as exclusive content and so much more. to get a premium account on Stitcher, you head on over to stitcher.com/premium, sign up for a premium account there. You can do this on your mobile phone or on your PC browser or whatever, or the browser on your phone. But when you sign up, use promo code Horrible Gamers and you get yourself a free month of Stitcher Premium. That's right, whether you sign up for a year subscription or a month-to-month subscription, it does not matter. Get yourself a free month of Stitcher Premium and get access to ad-free listening, special podcasts, exclusive networks that are only on Stitcher, and so much more. Use promo code Horrible Gamers, all caps, no spaces. That promo code again is Horrible Gamers, all caps, no spaces. Get yourself a free month of Stitcher Premium. Yeah.
Do it.
You like clothes, Gunny? Do you like to wear clothes?
Sometimes.
I know that sometimes you do not like to wear clothes, Gunny, but legally you have to sometimes, right?
It's by law.
So you have to wear clothes, when you legally have to, Gunny. Why not wear the brands that you love, right?
Yes.
Like the things that you love to do, the things that bring you joy in your life, such as this podcast. You could do that, Gunny, by heading on over to Redbubble. You search for Horrible Gamers in their search bar, and you can find our t-shirts. That's right. You get t-shirts, tank tops, sweaters, hoodies. I don't know if we have jackets. I don't think there's jackets. But
pillows.
They should make jackets, though. You get yourself a pillow or a nice blanket, Gunny. How about a nice blanket or a nice comforter or some pillowcases? Or maybe you want to have an acrylic block next to your bed because you never know when that burglar is going to break in, and you can use that block to defend yourself.
That acrylic block does feature diamond cut sides, and it provides a sharp image from any angle. So that tells me, too, it probably has sharp edges.
Oh, wow. Wow. It probably does. It looks very sharp. It looks very nice and sharp on all the edges there, Gunny.
We should have a handle, and then we can attach it to the block and sell it that way.
We should sell a separate handle. This is a DLC.
The accessory.
We'll be like Apple. We'll sell the handle for like $75.
Free shipping, though.
Well, yeah, free shipping and handling. Yeah, Mayo, get working on that handle, Mayo. We need lots of them. Anyways, people, head on over to Redbubble, search for Horrible Gamers, and get yourself some gear, some blocks, some socks. Keep yourself warm in the winter. You need some socks. Winter is here. Winter is here almost. Winter is not really here, but it's almost here.
I know. I've been wearing pants.
It's November. Christmas is pretty much here. All right, we're skipping Thanksgiving this year. We're going straight to Christmas. It's done.
Halloween's canceled. I hope everybody had a good Halloween.
So do I. Anyways, that's all I have for that. Want to give a quick shout out to our friend Ricky Alvarez for the intro and outro music to the podcast, as well as our friend Mechmod and anyone else who likes to contribute their musical talents to the show. I want everyone to contribute their musical talents to the podcast, Mayo.
Well, how can they
if you know how to play the flute or like a banjo or something cool like that.
What about a ukulele?
Why do
whatever?
Why would they play a banjo? Jesus, why do I feel like I'm being stereotyped over here?
I don't know. Corn, banjos, they kind of go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
No, Mayo, just because you do the corn husk on the washboard sound thing doesn't mean you can't contribute. Welcome everyone.
He does like the washboard music, banging on fucking paint buckets and shit. We love you, Mayo. But if you have musical talents, just go ahead and get a hold of us. You could get a hold of us on Discord, on Facebook, on anything. And if we like it enough, we might just use it. Or we might just use it because we want to use it. I don't know. Whoever has musical talent. I know there's lots of you out there. This is your chance, Mayo. This is your chance to shine.
I'm going to go practice it.
Your palms are sweaty. I know it.
Get that bongo out, bango bongo, and bang on that bongo.
Oh yeah, like I said, I'm gonna go get some practice in, and we'll have a new upload, some kind of intro for next week. No.
Anyways, let's talk about video games that we've been playing this week. Well, I've been playing this week. I've been playing some games this week, gentlemen. Of course, like I said earlier today, I was playing Call of Duty this week. I was playing Call of Duty earlier this week. There's that Halloween mode is still going on. It's mostly night vision maps. And it's all right. It's all right. For the most part, I've been really enjoying that. But it's just Call of Duty. There's really nothing to it.
More haunting of something.
No, haunting of Verdansk. No.
I mean, it's probably over since yesterday, or who knows if it's going to keep going.
No, it's still going. It goes to like the third or something. I haven't done that because that's Battle Royale. I don't really give a shit about that. But whatever. There's that zombie mode that was on there, still going, I believe. But I mean, that's just Call of Duty. Really, there's nothing new there. Moving on now, I guess, from Call of Duty. One game that did come out this week that I decided to play was Watchdogs Legion. That's right.
Ooh.
Watchdogs Legion, the first, I guess would this be considered like the first next gen game that has released?
I don't know.
There was something else too. I don't know if it's next gen. I can't think of the name of it. I thought I saw it today on Twitter or Facebook or something, but I don't know if it's but yeah, I would say this is probably. Oh, and then there was it'd be that one.
How can it be next gen if it's next gen console's not out yet? Jesus. No, tell me.
But this is like the first real next gen game. I feel like this is the one game that's like there. It's out now. It's available on launch day with consoles, and it's going to be upgraded for free. So it's next gen. It's there. Mayo, fuck you.
Yeah, that'll be it. Yeah, day one upgrade.
But all right, so I did a thing. I signed up for Uplay. What's that? Plus.
Plus. I think they just changed the name of it now. I think it's.
You're thinking of Uplay itself. They changed that to Ubisoft Connect, but the program is still called. No, it's still called Uplay Plus. It's still called Uplay Plus.
Like PlayStation Plus.
God damn it, you. Okay, anyway, so I signed up for this for $15 a month, Mayo.
As did I.
$15 a month.
I am also paying the $15 per month.
It's a lot of money. Okay, anyway, so I signed up for this. I downloaded their launcher. So I downloaded the Uplay launcher. I signed up for this. And, I don't know. Could you do this through Steam? Probably not. You probably have to go through the Uplay launcher.
Probably.
Because, you could do EA Access through Steam. Like, if you sign up for EA Access, you can do it through Steam. You can sign up through Steam for EA Origin Access.
But that was like a big announcement when they did that. And I don't remember ever seeing anything.
I don't think Uplay has it on there since they do all their early access stuff through Epic. Not early access. Well, their timed exclusives are through Epic.
Yeah, you're right. Anyways, whatever. Speaking of all this shit, so I downloaded this game. It was like not a big download. It was like 80 gigs or something. It was not big. Like relatively compared to like new games, it wasn't a big file. It was like average. It was up there, but it was still like average. It was a middle tier download.
So did you do the high texture pack? Because I did when I downloaded.
I did everything. I did the whole thing, man. I did super HD texture packs.
Right. All the textures.
So I launched this game, right? Was it Wednesday night? I launched the game at 9 p.m. and I started playing it. Right off the bat, like I didn't really fuck with the settings too much, but of course, like it was like one of the first things I did. I kind of went in there and I turned everything to like ultra, like pretty much everything. Like everything was maxed out, and then in that first intro mission, because it's very linear, very hallway-like, and I'm pretty sure it was the first thing they've ever developed, for that game. It was super well optimized. Like, that shit ran 60 the whole time. It was super solid. But then you got out into the open world and the open game, the actual game, and it could drop down significantly. It was down to like 40s. And then I was like, well, this is still playable at 40, but let's try to bump these numbers back up to 50 or 60 here. And so I downgraded some of the settings to like medium and high, which there's a few settings in there that don't make much of a difference. Like for example, there's the one where you can turn down the headlights of the car, the reflections of the headlights. Like, that is something you're really going to notice if you park like 4 cars next to each other with the headlights on, and you're trying to find the fucking shadow reflections or whatever off of those headlights.
Yeah,
but you're never
the amount of cars it was showing is like 2 cars, 3 cars, 4 cars.
Yeah, but you're never gonna notice that just playing the game normally. For example, also the ultra high resolution textures. Those I left them on ultra, but I didn't see a difference from switching from high to ultra. There was also the medium shadows or the foliage. That also, if you change it from high to ultra, it doesn't really make much of a difference. So I just kept that at high. There's a few other settings in there that if you change from medium to high, that don't make much of a difference. It's just like very subtle differences, that they make. I'm sure somebody that's like super eagle-eyed could fucking sit there and pinpoint, look at that line. That line looks different if you...
Let me magnify this area.
You change that to ultra.
In that pot.
Yeah, something stupid like that. But, playing this, on my 2080 Super, fucking... I was surprised how bad it ran at first. It was pretty bad. for like an ultra settings. And then the one thing that I will say makes the biggest difference in the game, and in terms of visuals, is the ray tracing. The ray tracing does make a huge difference on how the game looks. If you turn it completely off, yeah, the game runs better, but like it looks kind of like flat. Everything looks kind of weird. Doesn't look good at all. Like I don't know what it is. It just doesn't look good. And then you turn it on, even like also the ray tracing, if you turn it from medium to high or medium to like super or whatever, because I have like 4 settings for it, like medium, high, and super, or medium, high,
there's
and
like
ultra.
An ultra, and then like there's like
a super ultra. Yeah. That's DLSS. I'm talking about the ray tracing itself.
Yeah.
There's like 3 settings. But the ray tracing itself, if you change it from high to medium, it doesn't make much of a difference. So I keep mine at medium because obviously the higher you turn it up, the more resources it takes up on your fucking graphics card. And that shit'll really fucking really tanks your performance.
I spent my day yesterday pretty much just running benchmarks on it, on the built-in benchmark, and just changing settings and seeing like how much different things would affect it. And I remember with the one setting like I had it on, I could put everything on very high. Mm-hmm. And then I went ahead and ran the benchmark with and without ray tracing on, and there was like a 40 frames difference. So it's still quite the performance hit with ray tracing in there. I think with it off, I was at like 112, and with it on, I was at like mid 60s.
Yeah.
And I know when I had the game, everything maxed, like ultra ray tracing and everything maxed out on the DLSS with set on quality, I was getting like 40 in the benchmark, like 45, and it was pushing pretty hard.
That was at best, probably. You're probably getting like average 30.
I think my average is like 45, but like it had a couple times where it dropped into 30s, but it averaged out to like in the 40s.
Yeah, for me, it like the lowest performance I ever got on mine with the ultra setting was like I think it was like 27 frames. Like it was really, I was like, what the fuck? But like I don't know what happened there. I think it was just a lot of characters were on the screen at once, and like the dude was walking from like a dark room to the outside, and like the light just hit. I don't know, but that shit just went down like a lot. I was like, what the fuck? It was kind of like a cutscene too. It was really weird. I don't know, but anyways, the performance in the game, it's okay. I mean, there's other issues that I've had with the game as well in terms of performance. There's an issue where if Ubisoft, I don't know if it's because of the amount of players playing the game or what's the deal here, but every so often Ubisoft Connect would disconnect me from the Ubisoft account servers or whatever, and it'd be like all of a sudden in the middle of the game, I'll be doing a mission, and it'll be like, hey, like a little thing will pop up that says, hey, you're now offline. You've been disconnected from the Ubisoft servers or whatever, the Ubisoft Connect or whatever. And it would say like, you can no longer play with online features, which, I mean, the online features are not on right now in the game. They're going to turn them on next month. So I was like, whatever, I would keep playing the game. But then I kid you not, it would be like 5 or maybe at most 10 minutes later, and my game would hard crash. And I mean, like, everything would just shut down. Like, the whole game would just go to desktop, and everything would just be closed. The whole browser, the launcher, everything was closed. Like, it wouldn't just close to the launcher. Like, the whole thing would just turn off. It's just like, boom, off. And then what would happen was that I would relaunch everything, and it would connect me again. But then I would be like, I would have lost all that progress on that mission. So there was a few missions that I had to redo, like, I want to say 5 missions, like I had to redo them completely. Like one mission, one of them I did like 3 times. I'm not bullshitting you. I did the same mission 3 times. There was one where you have to like hack this drone and like take a picture of this fucking blueprint and like go turn out. It was a super easy mission, which I'm thankful for. But if it had been like one of those missions where you have to like do the hacking and unlock a door, I would have been fucking pissed. I would have been like, God damn.
Sometimes.
Yeah, because you have to follow the blue lines around the building and like into the basement or some shit.
Yeah.
And I would have fucking been pissed if I had to do that, dude. But like that mission pissed me off that I had to do it 3 times, and the game would just I don't know if it did that for you, Mayo, but for me it would randomly just be like, hey, Ubisoft is now offline. Your connection is disconnected. But it wouldn't say like, hey, well, be careful, motherfucker. Your game's about to crash. No, it would just turn it off after, I don't know, 5 minutes.
That's horrible when that happens. No, I didn't. Yeah. I didn't have any issues like that, but I have not gotten very far into the game. So I spent a lot of my time. I didn't pick it up until yesterday morning. And then I got the Uplay Plus. I went ahead and did that. You're thinking I can do this and Valhalla. Same plush, great, But so I installed it, did all the texture packs and stuff. And like I said, I went straight to options, being the PC guy that I am. And that's the first thing I did. I sat there and played around with all the performance settings and just ran benchmark after benchmark. You just, in the built-in benchmark, watched the video, seen what kind of results was. I'm like, oh, I'm not happy with that. Then I would change it a little bit and be like, no, I still don't want to do that. So I finally got to a level pretty much where I would be comfortable with it. And I got maybe like 70 frames, I think, with ray tracing on some form. And so I'm like, okay, I'm good with this. And then so I played the game a little bit. I did that whole intro mission where you're like the little agent guy. Like, I don't know this series at all. I'm completely new to this series.
Yeah, he's a new. These are all new characters to the series.
So you're that agent, and you do the whole series there. And at this point, I'm kind of debating about whether I want to use a controller, mouse, and keyboard yet.
I've been using controller. One thing that I will say is I've been playing this on my OLED.
Nice.
So yeah, like I've been using controller the whole time. I don't even know how I would be on mouse and keyboard. It doesn't.
I just
sound
feel like my aiming's going to suffer when it comes to controller.
No, because you got auto aim.
Use it. So
yeah, you got auto aim. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll mess with this. I launched it just for a second on the controller, and I was like, we'll see. But driving and stuff is way better. The little bit I did with the controller, So I might try some more with the controller, kind of kick back and do that. But I only got to like still pretty much like the first major mission. Yeah, you go change the big billboard. You kind of change the style, and then it tells you to go to another place, and you have to go into this area that has like security, and that's pretty much where I stopped it. So I haven't had a whole lot of time except for just getting the game to pretty much run with what I wanted it to run at, and stuff from there. But I would, throw out that real quick. I am enjoying what I've played so far. It's kind of fun. I like driving the world. It reminds me of GTA though. You're driving around and people react with you. You can jump in any car you want, and get into fights with people and stuff like that.
Yeah. So one of the things that I do not like about this game, which kind of threw me off from like I said, the whole series has always had a main protagonist. So the first game it had that Aiden guy, I forget his Aiden Pierce or some shit. Yeah, that was the main guy in the first Watch Dogs, based in Chicago. Then the one based in San Francisco was this black dude. I forget his name.
I do too, since I didn't play it a whole lot.
You know what? I fucking love that. Like I
own it.
I liked the first game and I really loved the second one. The second one for me was like an amazing game, and it really was the best in the series. Like they really that game, like it made me love Watch Dogs, you know, and I really love that whole campaign was fucking sick. What you did, like how the outcome, everything was cool about that. And then the newest one, which was going to be based in London, and we all knew it because at the end of Watch Dogs 2, if you watch the you call that shit, the credits. At the very end of the credits, they're talking about launching the CTOS in London or whatever, and how they're bringing it online or whatever. So like everyone kind of had the idea, like, oh, okay, for the next game they're gonna go to London or whatever. So this game is really weird though, because in this one you don't have a main protagonist. You do not. Pretty much the main protagonist is Bagley, or what's his name? Bagley or Bugley? Or I think it's Bagley. The AI. So the AI, who is pretty much, he is DedSec. He's like the AI. He's the one like that controls shit for DedSec. Like DedSec created him. He's this AI that like tells him like, hey, you know, I got a fucking lead that this guy over here, you know, we maybe could persuade him to join DedSec, and he gives you like leads and hints to like who you may want to recruit next, who may be helpful to the DedSec cause. And he's pretty much the main character. You're pretty much like his minion. You're like doing this shit for him, but any character in your group can die at any time. And I did turn on permadeath, and I kind of regretted that right off the bat, because literally, like, I'm not even kidding. Like, it was some random mission. It was like this random side mission thing where, like, I roamed into this fucking, like, red area to get this stupid fucking little icon that was for, like, those stupid tech points to upgrade your characters. I saw this like icon.
10 points, whatever it is.
Yeah. And I'm trying to go in there, right? And I kid you not, what killed me was one of those fucking flying drone things that have guns on them. And that thing was chasing the fuck out of me. And like, it fucking destroyed my character. It was like boom, 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 boom. And I had nowhere to hide because, you know, every angle, if I moved to the right, if I moved to this other cover, then the guy across the way was going to shoot me. And then I had this drone literally flying on top of me, shooting me. And like my screen started turning red, and then started turning more red. And then it turned black and white. And then it's like, boom. And I said, Agent, whatever the fuck. It was the main first guy that I picked to start off playing as. It was that guy. It was like, Agent, whatever, was just killed. And like, it just loaded up a new character. and I'm playing as this girl now. One of the girls that was in the fucking DedSec little fucking hideout when I showed up there. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, what the fuck? You know, and I try to reload. And no, the game does like this. If you have permadeath mode on, it does this like autosave thing where like as soon as you're dying, it starts saving or something. Because the shit, I'm not kidding. Like as soon as I died, I tried to restart this. Like I force closed the game. And it's still
ripped out the Ethernet cables, smashed.
I would literally have to unplug. I would have to literally unplug the power from my computer or something to make this shit not save, because that shit was like
360 move, you know.
It was instant, dude. Like I'm not even kidding. Like it was like boom, boom. Like you're fucking done. Like that character's done. Goodbye, motherfucker. And the thing is, I like that. The reason I picked that character, and the reason I liked that character was because he had like this cool perk, like if your characters got arrested, you get out of jail early. But no, I was like, but none of my characters have ever been arrested. They've all just been shot at. Like can you even get arrested? It's like, what the fuck, you know? So like, pretty much he died, and then the next girl, you know, I did a few missions with her, and what happened to her? What happened with her? I was doing some kind of thing, and I think I was driving down the road, across this fucking stupid bridge. And you know, like I don't know if you noticed this, Mayo. Well, you probably haven't, but there's you know the the cops or whatever, like the paramilitary group that's in London, they like drive these fucking gray police cars or whatever around London. And then, but the thing is, those motherfuckers, when they're driving on a 2-lane bridge, right? You'll be on a 2-lane bridge going like one direction and they're coming the other direction. I noticed this in the game that their AI and only them, they'll like randomly every so often, like I noticed this because I sat there and watched them do this for like 10 cars that went by. Every so often, the AI would like make their car kind of swerve out of the lane. Like they'll swerve into your lane. Like they'll swerve into oncoming traffic for like a split second. And what happened to that girl? Well, we were driving on the road, going pretty fast to our mission, and I was just hauling ass, going straight because I was, you know what, I'm going to try to get there as fast as possible. I don't want to fast travel. I'll just drive there. And what happens? One of those motherfuckers swerved right in front of me, and boom, I fucking hit him. And next thing you know, it's a fucking police chase. And we need backup. And I'm driving through these checkpoints, and every time you drive through a checkpoint and the police are chasing you, they know that you went through that checkpoint because it got like sensors or whatever. So like these motherfuckers are chasing me all across London, and I can't lose them. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fight them. So I got out of my car, I started shooting at them, and like next thing you know, like it wasn't just cops, like it was a bunch of cops, like in these SWAT trucks and shit that started showing up because
now you're at 3 stars, 4 stars.
My watch level went up to like 3. They're not stars, they're triangles, Gunny. God damn it, they're triangles. All right, they went up to it was like a 1 triangle when I crashed into them. When I started shooting at them, went up to like 2. Then I killed like 10 of them, and it went up to like 3 or 4. And then the fucking drones, these gun drones, started coming out. And yeah, I don't know, dude. I think I lost them. And then I went to go do another one of those stupid red zone missions, Mayo. Like those, like, get into this red zone, right? I got in there. I got my points. I did the little hacking thing that I had to do. And I was getting into a car, right? Because it was like a gang hideout. And there was like this Lamborghini looking car there. And I was like, oh, that car looks fucking sick. Hell yeah, I'm going to take it, right? I jump in the fucking car, Mayo. I kid you not. I jump in that motherfucker, and I'm trying to get out, right? And I'm like, okay, where the fuck is the exit? Like, where's the garage door? Like, how the fuck did they get this car in here? So I'm trying to find the exit, and I find it, right? There's this door that's locked or whatever. You have to hack it to open it. It's like this garage door. And I get to the garage door, and I open it, and I drive into it, and it's an actual garage. Like, it was like a garage thing, like it wasn't like an exit. And I was like, fuck, I gotta back up. And I don't know how. I don't know how. I don't know if it was a glitch in the game or what happened, but as I was backing the car out of the garage, and because I realized there was a garage, it wasn't an exit, my car just blew up. It like just boom, just blew up, dude. It just blew up, and it's like, she's dead now. You're switching characters. And I was like that wasn't even like I just survived a whole shootout with like half of the police force in London, and a fucking explosion in a random fucking garage killed me. Like, this is some fucking bullshit. On you. Like, literally, the car just blew up. It wasn't even like.
Was it damaged?
No, it was a brand new Lamborghini car. Like, I had just killed everyone in that area, and I just took it and like I was backing up, and I don't know if I backed into like a gas tank or something. I don't know what I would have backed into. But I was backing out.
Game now, but random.
And I blew up.
I mean, I won't play permadeath mode, but.
Oh, well, I don't know. If you don't have permadeath on, I think maybe they just get injured and like they come like go out of like. They must go out of like play for like a few minutes or something, like where you can't be this character for like 30 minutes or something because they're injured. But yeah, man, 2 of my characters died in some bullshit ass ways, dude, and I was not happy, Mayo. Like it really, like it really pissed me off because because the game tells you when you turn on permadeath, it's like, hey, look, like permadeath is real. Like your characters will die, and you cannot get them back no matter what. But also, like, say if you're not actively recruiting all the time, and you just kind of have like 6 people in your dead set group, and you never recruit more, and they all die somehow, like say you're doing a mission and they all somehow die, the game is over. Like the game is done. Like you failed the game. Yeah, you have to restart the game from the beginning.
Mission
Damn.
over.
So can you? Well, once you're in the game, whether you're playing permadeath mode or not, can you, depending on the mission type, do you have to go back to DedSec to change out a character, or can you kind of do it from the menu? How does that work?
So at any given time, you could just change characters. Like it'll load you in like right there where you're at. So like if say I'm playing a mission, and it's like, oh, I want to switch to this character because I feel like whatever I'm going to do next is pretty dangerous and I want to get this guy killed instead of this guy. Yeah, you just go to the main menu or whatever. You go to the menu in your game and you just select a new character, and it'll just kind of like do the loading screen thing or load in, the load screen will pop up. And then boom, right where you were standing is the new character, and then it'll show your old character kind of walking away. And then that's really it. Like it's pretty quick. And I say it's pretty quick because I have this on the NVMe drive, so it loads pretty quick. But I don't know how quick it would be. Like if you're using like a standard Xbox or something, that'll probably fucking suck. It'll probably be really slow.
Please wait, stand by.
The game, besides the bullshit permadeath mode that pisses me off sometimes, I'm kind of having fun with it. I do like the characters. I'm getting to like the game a little bit more and more the more I play it. I like Bagley, the AI. He's a pretty funny little fucking British asshole, like I think got that British humor. British people, right, guys? Them British people,
I do.
They got their humor.
I get it. Like, I'm just trying to think of like one in particular was Borderlands, the pre-sequel. There was a lot. No, that was Australian. Never mind.
They got their British humor, and they got like they got their cheeky ass British humor, and they say dumb shit, and they drive on the wrong side of the road. That's one thing that pissed me off about the game too. That like every fucking road I turn onto, I'm trying to drive on the right side of the road. There's these fucking oncoming cars, and I'm like, this is bullshit. God damn it! Why the fuck do they not drive on the right side of the road? Pisses me off, Mayo.
Oh, I get it.
Gets me mad.
I remember when what was it? One of the Forza games. You were
was
on
it
the
3 or
wrong side
4?
of the road. I call it. And I'm like, this is a racing game. How can we be driving on the left side of the road? This is not rage.
Like,
that's some
kid,
bullshit.
Man, holy shit, you get on your side, ass. Oh wait, never mind.
I just drive
some
on
bullshit
the right side, anyways.
I drive on. Yeah, me too. I make all the car. I hack him to like move out of my way and shit. Like fuck you.
No,
the fuck out of my way.
Did you ever try doing the mode when you set the checkpoint and it lets you auto drive?
Yeah.
It is so slow. Like I'm going. Yeah. I can't stand this.
Yeah. No, I tried it like once. I tried it once and I was like, this is way. Like, I'm gonna get there like in
super slow, like 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, like I'm gonna get there in half an hour.
Stop at every red light. Yeah.
Well, even just the car in general moves really slow. Like as soon as I took control over it, I'm like, oh, this is way better. It's way faster, and breaking every speed law that is in the game.
Like it literally, like it would be like auto drive would be like if you need to go like use the restroom or something, like turn that on and just fucking walk away for 10 minutes while the fucking car drives across London.
Right.
But besides that, I have a question for our British listeners, and there's quite a few of them out there, and I got a question for you guys. Like how do you get around London? How? Like
take the L.
That is the most confusing piece of shit, traffically badly organized city I've ever seen in my life. The streets make no sense. Everything's a one-way road. Everything's one way. How the fuck do you get to the other side? Like everything's going one way. Like, there'll be like 4 different fucking roads, and they're all going the same direction, like to the west. And I'm like, how does anyone get to the other side of the city if you're normally driving to this motherfucker? How do you get to that side? Like what do you do? There's no freeways. Not like America, we got freeways and highways, we're American. But they don't got that shit, Mayo. They got tunnels and like fucking stupid one-way like little alleyways and shit that's like the width of one car. Like how do you drive to this shit?
You're supposed to take the subway. What the hell do they call that thing over there? The Piccadilly Circus or something like that. I can't remember.
It's like a location, Gunny. It's not the subway.
Sure.
But yeah, like other than that, like I really am liking the game. I like to like, you know, hack people and like trying to see who I can recruit into my gang or whatever.
Yeah, I haven't done any of that stuff yet.
Is
So
there?
curious. So when you recruit people, what benefit is that? Like, do they just pretty much?
Like, so there's different types of things, right? So like one of them, for example, like I recruited this chick who's like a construction worker, and she like looks like a construction worker.
Mm-hmm.
So she has this perk. Like they all have different perks, and like one of her things is she can call this drone, which is one of those cargo drones, like those big drones, and like it doesn't have a gun. It's like a cargo drone, but like the cool thing about this drone is you can call it in any time when you're her, and it'll spawn, like it'll come in and it'll like park in the road or whatever. It'll fly near you, and you can like hack it and land it somewhere, and then you jump on top of it, and now you can get on top of like buildings and shit with this drone. So that's super helpful. What else?
Are there any people that you see like do they also have traits?
Yes, they do. They all have traits. And then for another thing, for example, with the construction worker is like say you're like this red zone, there's like a red area of whatever you have to go into, or this mission area. It's a construction site. So the cool thing about a construction worker is they can go into construction sites without alerting the guards. Like you can, as long as you don't run, and as long as you keep kind of like a distance from the guards or from other workers or whatever, mostly the guards, I think. As long as you keep a distance from other people, they won't recognize that you don't belong there because you're wearing like a construction outfit or whatever. So you can just kind of like, as the game will tell you, like, don't run, don't try to run, just kind of walk through here. And you should be fine for the most part. And you may have to hide from the guards every once in a while, but it gives you those perks, right? So, like, for example, a police officer can walk right into like a police station and like do whatever he needs to do in that police station and hack whatever. And the same thing with like think of whatever, like a ambient security guard or whatever, like, you know, like this type of person or that type of person. They could do different things with different outfits. But they also do have traits. And I don't know what the traits really affect. Like some of them, I feel like some of them are negatives. And some of them seem to like really not, like they're just there to kind of just like you judge that person as a person, I guess. But like there'll be some characters that are kind of useless. Like, for example, I scanned this one lady the other day, and it was like, oh, she's a habitual gambler, and her one perk is you're gonna get more of those bitcoins or whatever that you like, the currency in the game. Like she's some kind of investor, so like you'll get more Bitcoin when you get like do missions, like as a passive ability for your group. And it's like, well, I don't really want to waste my time recruiting her because every person you recruit, you have to do like a mission for them. For example, the construction girl, she was like in debt to some kind of gang, the Clan Kelly or whatever, like this gang of like, they're like a mafia or something, like some kind of fucking gang. And she owed money to them. So that's the reason she was working construction, was because like she was trying to pay off this debt that she owed to them. But they were like increasing the interest rate like 10 times every day. So she could never pay off the debt. So she was pretty much just like a slave working for them for free. So like there's different missions you have to do for the different, like there's one, like there's a cop that I'm recruiting. And he told me, like, for him, I have to go find who killed his partner or something. Like, somebody killed his friend or some shit. And he's like, oh, I need you to find out, like, who did it or whatever. So I have to go to, like, the police station or something and hack some shit to fucking figure out who killed his friend or something. So there's different things you have to do for the different recruiting. And you get different abilities. Like I said, for example, if you have a cop in your group, one of the benefits of having a cop in your group is, like, as a passive, it could be like, oh, your characters spend less time in jail if they get arrested, you know? Or if you have a lawyer in your group, the lawyer gets your people out of jail immediately. Like if they get arrested, they don't spend no time in jail. Like he'll go and get them out of jail like immediately or whatever. So there's different things and different perks for having different people in your group or whatever. But some people just won't join DedSec. They're like, they have like a negative opinion of you or whatever, or of the DedSec group. So like they'll show a thumbs up or a thumbs down in red or green. You know, obviously red would be bad, green is good. And it pretty much gives you like a kind of like a hey, you should probably go after this person if you really want to recruit them, or you shouldn't because they have a bad opinion of you, like they don't like that sex. So like,
you don't want Karen joining the group,
Yeah, like if they don't want to join you, then whatever, And there's some pretty weird, like, how like sometimes you scan people and it'll tell you like what they're doing. So like for example, like you'll scan somebody at a bar and it'll be like, hey, Kyle is drinking with Anthony. And they're both like stockbrokers, and it's after work, and he's drinking with Anthony till 5 p.m. And like sure enough, you can sit there and you can watch these people until the clock hits 5 in your game, and they'll walk away and they'll do it, and then it'll switch and it'll say, "Oh, he is now headed home drunk. He's going to drive drunk." You can sit here and watch these people do these things, and it'll sure enough they'll do all these fucking like different things. Or like it'll be like this person is friends with, he's friends of the wife of your one friend of this other guy that's in your group. Like they somehow know the person in your group, but they're like friends through a cousin of marriage of friends of some shit. Like it's really weird. Sometimes they're connected. Like sometimes you'll be going down the street and you'll see like the cops beating up some people or something. And then they'll say, hey, this is the friend of, that's the wife of your friend or whatever, like one of your dead set guys. And you're like, what the fuck? So like I always feel compelled to like stop and fucking kill that cop, and rescue that person, because I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna let my people down, motherfucker. No. So like then next the cops are all after me and shit. But like it was worth it, Gunny. It was for the cause.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then there's also really weird, creepy shit in the game. Like, there's always been weird, creepy shit in the game. Like, even in Watchdogs 1 and 2, there was always, like weird, like, sexual shit in the game. For example, like, one of them, like, I saw the other day was, it was this lady who was, like, a pediatrician. And it said that she had recently ended a relationship with one of her patients. And I'm like, wait a minute, she's a fucking pediatrician. Yeah. She's a kid's doctor. What the fuck is this shit, And it was like, oh, like she's recently ended a relationship with one of her patients. I'm like, what the fuck? So I feel like, should I kill these people? Are they telling me to kill these people? What do I do here, Gunny? And you can just kill them. You can just shoot people in the streets.
Get rid of the body.
Oh, you can hack a car to accidentally run them over. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you weren't directly involved, right? You better.
But yeah, other than that, the story is pretty dark. There's some like there was one mission that I just did that I won't spoil from Mayo, but it was really like mind fucky, dude. It was all about like dying, but like uploading your brain to like a computer and not being really dead. Like you live forever through a computer, but
Copyverse.
It was that, Gunny, but dark, like really dark. It was so fucked up. Like I genuinely felt like almost bad for like this person in the game. I was like this is so fucking dark, dude. Like just wow. Like fuck this person who did this. Like this is fucking dark, and like it got really fucking like. It got kind of sad almost, where you're like, what the fuck's going on, dude? Like, this is...
Are you saying that because...
People shouldn't do this.
Because I like the Bobbyverse books. I forgot the name of them. But are you saying that the person who got uploaded was already had a dark soul?
No, I'm saying...
To that person.
I'm saying the person who uploaded the person to the computer is dark. Like what they did to that person once they were uploaded is fucked up. Like it goes really dark, dude. And you'll see that mission now. You're gonna be like, whoa, what the fuck, dude? Like it made me really not like the main bad person. I don't know if she's the main bad person, but it made me not like her even more. Like I'm like, fuck you, bitch. I'm gonna fucking hack all your shit, motherfucker. Like it made me not like her at all. But that's Watchdogs for you, man. Like I said, the game was kind of weird. It had like no main character, but once you kind of get over that and kind of like think to yourself, okay, the main character is the AI, and you're kind of like his minion. You're doing his fucking bidding or whatever. Like, yeah, pretty much. And it goes like whatever, dude. Like just roll with it, and we're cool. Like this will work. But yeah, I don't know if I like the London setting. Everything in London just seems like everyone's too like I don't know, Gunny. Does crime even happen in London? Is there even crime in London?
I think they have. Don't they have cameras everywhere? So it's probably perfect for a Watchdogs game.
They literally have cameras everywhere. Like it's Mayo. Does crime happen in London, Mayo?
I don't know. I've never been to London.
Do the cops have guns there?
The cops don't even have guns there.
TV.
Yeah, you got the big hats and the red coats, and they stand in front of the Queen's Palace and
the little nightstick or whatever.
Yeah, they drink tea.
They have cops that are always dressed in yellow. It looks like they're always dressed in raincoats or something.
Yeah, their cops are always dressed in like bright colors, and they like chase people, and they never shoot people. They like
it's in America. We're all black.
You know, they never get shot. The cops may beat you a little bit, but I always see them like just chase people, and the people always get away because, like, I've seen like London cops do some dumb shit before, like motherfuckers will be trying to do karate with them and shit, trying to fight them, and it'll be like 6 cops trying to arrest one person. In America, you try to fight a cop, the motherfucker will shoot you 10 times, and then you'll be on the ground like, oh fuck, I'm dead.
Or you got a taser.
Yeah, ain't no fucking fighting karate with no cop here. But yeah, like these aren't cops in London or in this game. You're not. There's no police force. It's like you're fighting like some kind of like some real like military. Yeah, it's like some paramilitary like group or whatever. Because
do you think they did that intentionally just to kind of keep maybe some less controversy over there? Just make it that and not actual London police or something?
Well, I think they did it because London cops don't have guns. Like, Gunny, you're a badass hacker that can hack anything. Now the people that are after you don't have any guns, and like,
I gotta Google that now.
You do whatever you want to.
Right, London police.
I know some of them have guns, but I think it's like a special unit or whatever. Like they have to call them in, and some of them have guns. But like the normal police cop, like the normal main guy, doesn't have a gun. I don't think, right?
Right. No, I'm reading here. It says generally no, they don't carry guns, although there are highly trained specialists. Gun units on call at all times.
See, told you.
No way. You know, it's funny because when I go out to Fiji out there and Australia, or you go to Australia, they don't have them either. They don't carry them.
How does anyone listen to somebody without a gun? See, in America, you need guns.
They have radios, and I believe they have handcuffs.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, cop? You're gonna call the camera people.
Oh God, out here, he's trying to like kick me in the face. Hey, come on over.
Come on, hey mate, you got this cheeky bastard on the camera.
You go to New Zealand, everybody's carrying a Newsie.
Yeah, man. Like in America, everyone's carrying a gun because damn right in America, like even with guns, people try not to listen to the cops.
Yeah.
So like, can you imagine if the cops here had no guns? No one would ever listen to them. They'd be like, "Fuck you! It's my right as an American. Fuck you, cop. I'm listening to you." And no one would ever listen to a cop. You'd fucking be like, "Fuck you, cop. Try to pull me over, motherfucker."
Yeah, constitutional rights, boy.
Yeah, I'm going to work. Fuck you. Like. I guess people in London have more manners, and they're
more civilized.
Yeah, they're more civilized peoples, I guess. Yeah, man.
But overall, do you recommend the game? I want to pick it up this week.
For $15, yes.
Yeah, I know. Like
for 60, no.
That's something me and Brian were discussing. Like, yeah, do I go ahead and pick it up full price on Xbox?
This game will be on sale by the time Watchdogs Legion comes out. I mean, by the time. Well, fucking the other one. No. That other one, the big one. Cyberpunk. Sorry, I forgot. I get them all confused.
I was like, wait a minute. The other Ubisoft game?
Yeah.
We were confused too, Jesus. Don't worry.
Yeah. Oh, I was confused myself.
All the listeners were going, what?
Like, what the fuck?
We have an article on that later. We'll touch on it. Yeah.
But yeah, like, I mean, once Cyberpunk comes out in December, whatever, like Watchdogs Legion will be down in price, I feel like.
Yeah,
Maybe.
For myself, being new to this series, the little bit that I played, I enjoyed. But yeah, I don't know if it'd be worth like 60, maybe.
Yeah, I've always paid full price for pretty much every Ubisoft game except for Far Cry Primal. I think it was the only one I got on sale when I first got this PC. And you didn't get too far in that. And damn it, like what I need to do is probably go back to Watchdogs 2 because like I'm probably 4 hours into that game. And then I played 3 hours. Then I played an hour. It's like
yeah, that
finally
game
deleted it off my PC,
That game was really good, but like they do some cool shit in this one. Like I said, there's a lot of characters you can pick from in the streets. Like there's so many different characters. And I know also, Mayo, I was reading somewhere like there's actual hidden characters in the game, like there's like special spy characters that you can hack, like get into DedSec. Like you can, like if you scan everyone, I'm sure eventually you'll run into one. But there's these special spy, like MI6 agents or whatever that you can recruit into DedSec, and like they're kind of like a James Bond type of fucking spy or whatever, where like they have like special like abilities where like one of their, because some characters have like access to vehicles, like they can spawn a certain type of vehicle right away because that's their car, and I think one of these spies, they can like spawn a spy car, like this like James Bond type of fucking car or whatever, with like
rest in peace, Sean Connery.
With like cool James Bond shit on it, you know what I mean? What that car James Bond drives was that Aston Martin. Is that what he drives?
Yes.
That silver car with the guns and shit on it and the fucking oil slick and all that fucking shit. Yeah. You can spawn one of those. Because those are in the game. I've seen them everywhere. Like London people love the Aston Martins. They're everywhere in this game. What else? So yeah, and also like they have like that car, and they could do some real cool shit, like something else. Like they could do something really cool, like I forget. They got some special weapons or special spy like skills or whatever they can use when hacking shit. And there's also like weird like little perks for other characters. There was one that was pretty funny. Like one of the characters, it said that her perk was she had 6G, so she could download things really fast. I'm like, wow, what a great perk you have. You have 6G, huh?
Playing Call of Duty at your house.
That's kind of like a perk right now because my phone is 5G and most people in the area are still 4G.
There you go, Mayo.
I have a perk.
You can download things really fast. Woo! But yeah, I like the game and it's cool. But like I said, I only paid $50 for it, so maybe that's why my opinion of it is pretty high right now. Had I paid $60 for this on a console, I would have been like, "What the fuck?"
So let's say you're new to the series and you're interested in it. Do you think just going with the second one, picking that up cheaper, would be the better option? Well, because graphically it might not be as good and stuff, but do you think you would enjoy that more as a new person to the series, or do you think it'd be better just to buy the third one?
I don't know. That's a tough one because the second one is so different from the third. Like I said, the second one has like an actual main character. Like you play as this one guy the whole game. And this one is like
sure.
And it's like, and it has like a set story like about this one character, like how he joined DedSec and how like he's helping them. And like this one is like everyone in the beginning is new. Like, and it's like there's no main characters. I don't know. It'd be a really tough one, Mayo. I guess I would probably say go with this one just because it's newer, and then I guess is what they're going to do with the series moving forward. Because I doubt they're going back to like a one character type game anymore.
You never know.
Maybe.
It just sounds like they mixed it up and instead of just rubber stamping this thing. And to me, the cool thing about Watchdogs and the whole series is they can really put it anywhere in the world. Because the whole thing is about this crazy fucking CTOS it's called like city tracking something security operating system or something. Next year, who knows?
Yeah, like they can literally go anywhere in the world with it. They can be like, oh, next year it's Paris, or next year it's fucking Dubai, or it's fucking Hong Kong, or it's in Japan, or whatever. It could be anywhere really. It's in Australia, Gunny. It's down in Australia.
Take it on over, Mike. Well, yeah. We have on the right, left side as well.
It could be in New York City, it could be in Canada, it could be in Mexico, it could be anywhere, and like that's what's really cool about the game. So, I mean, I wonder what they'll do with it next, and I hope that this game does sell well because I would always love to see a sequel to it. I really liked the last two, and I kind of like this one. And there's some cool little shit in there. There's some cool little things you notice that I'm like, oh, that's pretty neat. But I know people compare it to GTA, but it's not GTA. Because in GTA, it's always been about like getting money, and really the whole point of GTA is from rags to riches. It's pretty much every single GTA game. You start off in the bottom, and you try to get to the top. Where in Watch Dogs, it's not about that. You can get money anytime just by hacking things. You get money. It's most about like it's about disrupting the system or whatever, disrupting the government and taking them out. You know what I mean? That's what Watch Dogs is about. Where Grand Theft Auto, it's about like fucking some dude like running a mafia organization or something, and or becoming a drug kingpin or something. Like it's about rags to riches. You're from nothing, you're becoming some criminal fucking mastermind or whatever. Where DedSec, you're not a criminal. Well, you're kind of like a criminal mastermind. You're some big time hacker, but you're like whatever. I fuck the system is pretty much what you're doing. I kind of like that. I like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love that first one.
One last question for you, Jesus. Since you played both of these two titles, would you rather play this right now, or would you rather play the remake of Mafia, since they're kind of both that open world kind of game too?
That's a tough one.
Did you buy that, Jesus? I don't remember you talking about that.
Yeah. So, they're so different, man. Like,
is the Mafia?
Like Mafia is
good too.
I know you played 2.
Yeah, Mafia is a really good game, but the thing is, Mafia is like a single player, linear, old school style game. Where like you're like mission to mission. You're like it's like a single player story. Where this one is actually more true open world. There's actually shit to do in the world if you're not doing missions. Like you can just randomly do side missions or run into shit. Like you'll be driving and all of a sudden it'll be like, hey, there's a character over here you can recruit, and you can just go and recruit this character or whatever. I would recommend Watch Dogs, and I think it's just because it's newer. Mm-hmm. It's something fresh. Where Mafia is going to be like, whatever, you can pick that up. I'm sure you're going to be able to pick up Mafia in a month. Less than a month, probably Black Friday. You're gonna be able to pick it up.
Yeah, I think that's what I want to get Watch Dogs first, and then I'll get Mafia, that definitive edition.
Gunny, I'm telling you right now, just sign up for Uplay Plus, dude. For 15, that's the whole reason I did it. Like Mayo said, is because I knew there was 2 Ubisoft titles coming out this month for $60 a piece, and I'm like, why in the world would I pay $120 when I can pay $15 and play both of them?
There's finally a reason to have Uplay Plus.
yeah, literally finally a reason. Yeah. And then you play it for a month and then you cancel it by the time Cyberpunk comes out, and then you never look back.
That's the way I would go. But my significant other over here, how many subscriptions you got going? Audible, you got Xbox, Game Pass.
Gunny, treat it as a one-time payment. Treat it as a one-time subscribe and cancel. 30 days.
That's what I do with CBS All Access.
See?
Right, I watch my Star Trek, and then boom.
Like once like Cyberpunk comes out, I'm gonna play Cyberpunk, and then at some point in time, I may want to come back to Watch Dogs or Valhalla, and then I'll be like, then do I buy it or do I just get the Plus package again? So that's the only thing I'm gonna run into is once this runs out, and say whatever time period down the road where Cyberpunk, wears off on us. Then I'm going, maybe I should dip back into these games and go back and check them out. And then I'll have to make that decision whether I want to actually pick them up or not. So this is, to me, is still kind of like a trial, I guess I could say. I'm going to rent them for basically a month, get some playing time in, see if I really, really like them or not, and then maybe come back to them later.
Yeah, no, I agree. And what's really cool about this is that it's just like EA Premier or whatever. When you sign up for that, you get like the ultimate editions of the game, so you don't got to worry about DLC or anything like that. It's just there, Yeah. That's all we have on Watchdogs, people. All I'm saying is London streets are trash. What else? It sucks to drive in your streets, and
No permadeath.
And really be careful with that permadeath, man, because you can. I think the game gives you the option to turn it off when you're in the game. Like, say you hate it, like everyone is almost dead, and you want to turn it off. You can turn it off, but it won't let you turn it back on until you start a new game. So keep that in mind.
Be careful with your hardcore playthrough.
Yeah, be really careful with that.
You're like Gunny. You want that load from checkpoint.
Be careful with that shit. And hopefully they optimize this game. I mean, I heard that on the Xbox One X, it was making systems overheat. There was a certain mission it was a mission I just did yesterday or whatever, that it made systems overheat. But apparently they patched it right away. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, and I think that article was something related to a pre-release, right?
Okay.
That it was during testing that it was overheating. To be clear,
that's so weird. That's so weird. Yeah. But besides that, besides Watch Dogs 2, besides Call of Duty, that's really all I played this week. Yeah, there's really nothing else that's new that I've been really getting into besides those two games. I really like Watch Dogs, like I said, and I really do like Call of Duty a lot. You guys know that.
No way.
Yeah.
We know you love the CODs.
3,000 hours later in Call of Duty. Yeah. New Call of Duty comes out like in a few days, no?
Yeah, I keep seeing the trailer for it.
Doesn't it come out in 4 days?
I think so.
You gonna get it, Mayo? You gonna jump in Call of Duty with me?
There's a news article later on that is going to persuade me not to get it.
Okay, well, all right.
I think let's
move on here and tell me what you've been playing, Mayo.
Oh man, so yeah, I only put a little bit of time into Watchdog, and pretty much like you said, the game runs okay. Played with it for a while, getting it to run good. I haven't decided again if I want to play the game like at 60 frames, or if I want to turn things way down and try to leave ray tracing on and do like a higher frame rate. I don't know. I'm going to continue to mess with it, but this week I'm hoping to get into it a lot more. But I kind of played just a little bit of a couple of different games, and I played a little bit of Rocket League the other night again. We were going to jump on some Among Us the one night, and there wasn't really a whole bunch of people around in the community, so we ended up jumping into some Rocket League. And so we jump in, and right away we find out there's like a tournament going on, and we can like queue up for it if you queue up at a certain time. And so I was playing with my two boys and one of their friends, and we can only do 3 people. So I'm like, you know what, guys, I'll sit out. I haven't played on for a while, but you guys have fun. I was getting later anyways. Well, my son tried to queue up, but I guess you have to do so many like competitive matches to be ranked enough to get into the tournament. So he couldn't do it. But my other son could, but he couldn't bring people with him. So everybody had to be ranked. And so he went and played a couple, and I think they would like maybe one round or something like that with the randoms he got put with. But so we got back together and we played like 5 games, and it's really crazy. Like I took like 2 weeks off from that game, and I come back into it, and my timing was thrown so far off. Like I kept just missing the ball, and just in general, just felt like I knew what I wanted to do, but I couldn't time it correctly anymore. It's so weird. Like just that little bit of time from playing it, that it threw my timing way off, and you wouldn't think it would be like that, but it does. They are doing a Halloween thing, and they're kind of finishing that up. So they incorporated like Ghostbusters into it. So like you could have the Ecto 1 car as your car you drive around, and you can have these goal explosions, and the goal explosion you can have like a St. Puff Marshmallow Man come out of the goal when you score a goal, which is kind of neat. And they added like a little St. Puff Marshmallow Man topper for your car and all that kind of stuff. But I haven't done any of those challenges or anything like that because, again, I played for like 2 weeks. So I jump in, and there's like a day or 2 left, and I'm not going to complete those. But they are kind of giving it the Fortnite treatment. Every couple of weeks, it seems like they're doing a new set of challenges and some kind of new unlocks you can get by doing those challenges, which is kind of nice. And I think Epic taking over in this game is like a perfect fit for them because how well they do all the custom skins and the guns and the gliders and all that stuff in Fortnite. They're doing that kind of thing, in Rocket League where there's just so many custom skins, so many custom vehicles, and now it seems like they're getting licensing with different people like Ghostbusters, so now you have this Ecto 1 car in the game you'll be able to use, and before that was the Fortnite Battle Bus you could have as a vehicle. So we'll see what they do next, but
Nice.
I'm curious, I'm gonna definitely check out the next one again. But I paid for the season pass and I made to like level 25 in like 2 days when I was playing it. And then like I said, I haven't played it for like 2 or 3 weeks, but like typically on a season pass, I pay for it and then I get about halfway through the season, and then I just stop playing. I know you do that too, don't you, Jesus? You just kind of like, I'm gonna buy the season pass, and you get like halfway through and you get into some other game, and then you just kind of don't ever come back to it, and you keep feeling like you should, but you don't. I don't know. That's just because we try to cover more for this show and stuff like that, and I'm like, I got kind of.
That's really it. Yeah, like you could either sit there and play the one game for weeks, get the battle pass, but then
and get your money worth.
Yeah, or like switch up and play different types of games, which is what I end up usually doing, is just switching it up.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm all over the place. It comes that I did some Rocket League, but I also did some Hades. Played some more of that. I'm still enjoying that game. Not real far into it again. I know Ryan has beat it, I think, multiple times. I'm not far enough into it to be able to beat it like that yet. But my son has also played it, and he's not typically a fan of roguelikes. My youngest son, and he sat down and played it for like 5 hours the first night he played it. He really enjoyed it, and so I think it's one of those games. Hades can get you addicted real quick, and it's a simple mechanic, but it keeps you kind of coming back for more. And like Gibbs said, it has enough dialogue change, and the story works really well to where like it can explain how you can keep dying and coming back to life, and the consequences of your last run, like when you kill a certain boss, and she'll respond to you differently, and or if that boss kills you, they'll respond to you differently and stuff like that. So besides that's pretty much like all I've been playing. I did watch that documentary that Robert Digital, who was on last week, recommended. It's called Not for Resale.
Yeah.
You can rent that on YouTube, and I just kind of talked about being a video game store owner and the effects of going digital in today's world has on them. And it made you kind of think of the malls, and made you think of these physical media type stores, and just in physical stores in general, just those brick and mortar stores. Like, how much more time do we have, and how much is it going to be longer?
That's boomer shit, Mayo. Boomer shit.
Take over, and
Amazon is the future. Embrace it, Mayo.
They talk about like people like to have that physical copy and like to go in to the store and just kind of being in that environment and talking with people that have similar interests, and people recommending games and sitting on it online.
Even a boomer like me, I did that 10 years ago.
I know. I'm right there with you. Look, I buy almost all my games online, so I only own like 2 physical copies of games. So I can't say that I would go to those stores, but I have been to them to look to like a window shop, and to go in there and see, like the layout and stuff. And there's just something about it.
We go into a store nowadays to buy a game, and like it's all it is people trying to shove shit. Have you pre-ordered the new Call of Duty?
Yeah,
hey, bro.
It depends on the store, though, too.
Hey, bro. Have you pre-ordered the new Cyberpunk? The new Cyberpunk?
There's a limited pre-order, so you better get your pre-order.
Yeah, bro. Get your copy secured, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, have you pre-ordered that new Assassin's Creed Valhalla? It comes out next week. If you pre-order right now, you get access to an exclusive weapon. Mail.
Well, this is going to all change, Jesus, because now when you go to GameStop, it's going to be, have you got the Xbox version of Valhalla yet?
Have you got Game Pass? Have you signed up for Game Pass yet? You don't have to come back here to the store again.
That'll be GameStop. Yeah. And you get a free sticker.
It was a neat documentary, though. It's like an hour and a half long. So, it's like $4 to rent on YouTube, which is kind of weird renting a video on YouTube, I think. And that's like the second.
That is weird. That sounds like not should be illegal.
Yeah, and it's just kind of different, doing it that way. But
eventually there'll be antique shops or vape shops.
Yeah, bro. Like, there's going to be something there, Mayo. Like there's things that you can never replace, right, Gunny? Right, Gunny? Right? You can never replace a hair salon or a barbershop. You could never replace
gas station.
Well, I mean, I guess. No.
Type.
Even gas stations will always be around because, like, even
electric and
well, even if it's all electric, there'll still be like some kind of, unless every parking spot in the world has its own charger, like a wireless charger type thing.
Tesla has their own designated parking spots to plug your car in.
Yeah, but see, it's not going to become widespread, Mayo, until everything is wireless charged over the air, and it causes cancer like the 5G does. Oh my God, that is the future. Imagine when they introduce that, because it's going to happen, right? Like Tesla will introduce some kind of like wireless charging where like you park your car over this fucking area or whatever in this parking spot, and your car will automatically charge or whatever, like if you park it here. Underneath. Yeah, because everyone knows that like getting out and plugging your car and it's fucking stupid, and it's like it's so inconvenient, right? Like everyone wants to be lazy. You just want to park your car and get out and let the fucker charge as you go shopping or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it, right? Ever. Like that's the whole. You're fucking electric, bro. You don't have to worry about that shit. And that's the future, right? But when they introduce that, dude, oh man, there's gonna be so many conspiracy theories. Like, oh, bro, I got leg cancer because of the wireless chargers in the ground. They gave me the leg cancer, and
I got colon cancer now. Thank you, Tesla. Doing Tesla and the Target parking lot.
It don't happen. It don't happen. Watch. Watch, man.
I had down here in my neck of the area in California, which I think it covers most of the state of California, which is called Pacific Gas and Electric. I know some of you like, I know the PG&E.
It's weird because in Portland we have PGE, but it's Portland General Electric, not the same PGE.
Or they're called smart readers. Do you have all smart readers on all your meters now? Right, instead of they had to actually like walk in your backyard,
now they just like
read the numbers.
Yeah, now they like digitally do it from their office.
Yeah, that's the way it is here. It's all done digital. They don't have somebody that goes into your yards anymore.
Yeah.
They changed them all like 5 years ago everywhere, but
gets bit by dog trying to read your fucking meter.
There was like a big group of like, 5G and smart readers are gonna give us all brain cancer,
Yes, I remember the YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I remember there was like a guy walking around with like a Geiger counter or whatever, like his like meter, and the shit was going up, and he's like, "Look at all this radiation coming off of this thing." It's like, shut the fuck up.
There were like people with videos, and they had like tinfoil hats on. They were pulling their teeth out with pliers, going,
"Oh God,
black helicopter out there too with a smart meter." And I'm like, "All right, man, just relax,
man, chill the fuck out, dude. It's okay, calm down." It's gonna happen, man. But this shit you can never replace, man. Like I said, unless they do wireless charging, and everyone has to be driving an electric car. That's gonna take, I would say, for everyone in the world, for everyone just in the U.S. alone, and fuck the world, just here in this country alone, to drive an electric car, it's going to take at least 100 years, probably more.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah, at least.
Everyone is too stubborn, dude. Look how stubborn people are to like change one little Gunny, wear a mask or you could die. Fuck you! I ain't wearing no mask. That violates my rights.
I got my rights, man.
Imagine telling people, "Hey, drive an electric car, save the earth." Fuck you! I don't want to drive no piece of shit electric car. It costs more money to make batteries than it does to fucking make fossil fuels.
You would try to use an electric lawnmower? Come on, I mean.
See what I mean? See what I mean?
Unplugged. What's up?
There's always going to be people that don't want to adopt change. That's why it'll take 100 fucking years to do. And gas stations will always be around, and like a barber shop. I feel like barber shops will always be around. You're gonna need someone to cut your hair. Well, if you have hair, male. But you need someone to cut your hair. All right? I need someone to cut this hair, man. I can't do it myself, man.
Yeah.
You know, I have to pay someone $17 every 2 weeks.
Gotta have my bottle of Hennessy and a gallon of milk.
See? Gunny needs this bottle of Hennessy and a gallon of milk.
People are thinking, you put those together?
All right. There's going to be shit around, Mel. Your stupid video game stores don't need to be around. They'll take up space. Just take up space, man.
You know, it just, I don't know. Like I said something about watching it just kind of made you, and this is probably some of their goal, it almost made you feel bad, like these stores will eventually be going away. And, you know, but
do you feel bad?
Once they're gone, I think we probably won't miss it. You know, like.
Well, I mean, do you feel bad? Like, okay, say drive-in movie theaters. You probably grew up with those, right? Yes, you probably grew up with them too, right, Gunny?
Yeah, I did. Me and I were talking about them yesterday, actually.
Do you feel bad you don't have an access to a drive-in theater?
I don't feel bad, but every once in a while I will miss it. I'm like, oh, it'd be so cool if we could go to a drive-in.
Why? I have one right in my town. It's like one of the last one on the West Coast, I think, or something. Like one of the last ones in Oregon, that's for sure. It's like right here in town.
A couple here in my area, in a 100-mile radius. I would.
And like this fucking thing gets packed like every weekend, but they play like the dumbest movies sometimes. Like sometimes they get like the top hits, like the new Marvel movies or whatever. But like this year has been shit. All they play is like fucking Beetlejuice and fucking some old shit. Is like why would I pay $8 to go to this thing? Like sit in my car, kill my battery, get a fucking jump start at the end of this shit.
Yeah, but they always have a jump start, right?
Yeah, they always got people running around with the jump kits.
Wheels.
Yeah,
they roll it out there to that.
Everyone's jump. No, nowadays they carry the little battery jumper kit.
I'm old school.
But like, yeah, I mean, do you feel bad that went away, or do you feel bad that like what else was back in your day? Let's go back to Mayo's day here. What else did you guys do back then, Mayo?
I never read those things, but
yeah, you missed newspapers, Mayo?
Oh no, I never read the newspaper. That was too much work back then.
You know, no one misses that.
Let's say we could do like phone booths. You know, remember back in the day?
Phone booths. Yeah, you remember payphones, dude? Like people, like nowadays, my kid doesn't know what a payphone is. She's like, what the fuck is that? I think there's one payphone in town, like in this like random restaurant, like this Chinese restaurant in the back, like near the bar section. There's like one payphone, and I think that's the only payphone in like this whole town. Use it. And like she was like, "Why is there a phone on the wall?" I'm like, "That's a payphone," and she's like, "What's a payphone?" I'm like, "You put a quarter in, and then you call someone." And she's like, "Oh." She's like, "For how long? Forever?" I'm like, "No, like for like 2 minutes or something." She's like, "Why would you pay for that when you have a cell phone?" I'm like, "Exactly, you wouldn't." But that's the real reason, I guess. Like, I don't even know if it works.
Jesus, you know what's funny? Okay, go into the video rental store, right? You still have the last Blockbuster, or is it still closed, or did they close it?
No, Oregon still has the last Blockbuster in the country or in the world, really. I think.
That's crazy. They closed mine down like 4 years ago. Not at Blockbuster, but at video rental.
I think they had They had one Blockbuster in Alaska, but they closed that one down. So this one in Oregon is really the last one left in the country, and like it's family owned, and like it's really bizarre because like they still have like all the Blockbuster shit up. Like it looks like a Blockbuster, but Blockbuster doesn't exist. So I guess like Blockbuster really can't sue them for having all the Blockbuster shit up. But it looks just like a Blockbuster, dude. And actually what's pretty funny is now because of the whole COVID, and no one was watching movies or no one was renting movies from them, or they lost a lot of business or something. They because it's not an essential business. It can't stay open. So what they did is they made it into an Airbnb. So you can literally like rent out this like old Blockbuster store, and they got like a mattress and like fucking TV screen in there. Like you can watch movies or whatever all day, or just rent it out and watch movies in a fucking old Blockbuster or whatever. That's what they did to it. It's somewhere like I think it's in Bend, Oregon, or some shit like that, or somewhere like that. And not like really close to me, but it's not like super like 10 hours away. It's like maybe like 2 hours away, an hour away. Yeah, man. But no one misses that shit, Mayo. Ain't no one missing no Hollywood video and get all nostalgic. It's so easy to go to Netflix and just like click on a movie.
Yeah. No, I get it. It is, like I said, it was just kind of the feeling they would try to give you. You can almost kind of tell, but it was a neat story. Like I said, it's something worth checking out if you want to rent it. It's like $3 or $4 to rent.
Mayo is sad now. He wants all the old timey things to come back.
Yeah, I need my payphone and my malls. I mean, we still have our mall here, but even then, I went to the mall the other day, and it was kind of quiet. I was like,
it was like fucking empty, right? Like everything's shut down.
Yeah. The only thing that was actually really busy was the dumb, our Apple Store.
Apple Store, yeah. That's the only thing that the mall is busy. Yeah.
Three security guards out there, and it's right beside a shoe store.
Yeah, I saw that. I went the last 2 weeks.
Nike and stuff like that. Everybody's like in the shoe store and they're in the Apple Store. And
Foot Lockers.
Jesus, you know what? When I saw it, because I went the last 2 weeks to the mall, because I got to take the wife to Macy's, and then the other side is JCPenney's. So you got to walk by the Apple Store at least 4 times. It reminded me of Detroit Become Human at the very end of the game.
Why?
Well, if you remember the very end of Detroit Become Human, where they're in the lines, right? And it just reminded me of everybody move forward, everybody check in. You know what I mean? It was
get your temperature checked.
It was just that first immediate thought when I first saw it, because I had never seen that.
Shit. Yeah.
With the whole Rona thing going on, I'm like, is that where the droids line up? Yeah.
That's dude. That's the future, dude. Oh man, what's scary? That's where we're headed, Gunny. Everything's gonna be. You know what, guys? We need to invent the automatic temperature checking machine where you walk through it and it's a metal detector.
My work has
they're not
actually. They just put in about 3 weeks ago that when you walk through the front door, you're supposed to take your hat or any kind of hoodie off, and it automatically checks your temperature as you're walking in, and it'll give you an alarm if it was high or whatever.
I needed to invent that, goddammit. Motherfucker, Mayo. Break it and tell him to buy one. Buy the Jesus Corp one. Is better. It's more accurate.
Yeah, ours would be better no matter what. I mean.
Yeah, we can read the temperature through your hat.
Yeah, right. Because that
and we'll send you an email with your results. We'll track it for you.
Send you an email. We'll text you.
Yesterday your temperature was 97.9. Today it's 97.6.
What have you been doing lately?
Then we can give you recommendations on what to do.
I know there's places I go to where I deliver. They do have the machines, but they're not the automatic. You basically have to stand there for a half second, pull your mask down. Okay, you're good to go. Enter through.
It reminds me of what was that movie? A zombie movie.
Some 28.
I Am Legend. Remember when I Am Legend in the beginning of the movie where everyone's trying to evacuate from New York or whatever, and Will Smith and his family are
that was the badass part.
They're taking him to the helicopter or whatever to evacuate, and they're everyone's in a fucking trying to get through, and the military's pushing everybody back, but they have to scan your eyeballs or whatever to fucking let you through, to make sure you don't have the virus or whatever to let you through. And that's this show reminds me of, dude. What if they start putting people in camps, Gunny? You got the COVID camps. Oh shit.
See, I'm just
fuck.
I'm just thinking for myself, every time a little bead of sweat, because when I come into let's say this casino that I go to, it's a big, huge casino. And so I have to either go through security or I got to go through the front door. And they have those things and they almost look like, you know what they remind me of? Remember taking the old photographs back in the 1800s where they would put the black thing around them so they can look inside the thing and see your whole body temperature.
Yeah.
Right. And, to hide them from any kind of shadows or anything, to really check you over good. But what if it's too high? Do alarms start going off? Does a shower of fucking some kind
of room locks down? Room locks down, and hazmat guys come out hazmat suits and and
just escort you. Kick me out the door.
Or tackle your ass, tackle your ass, and throw you into an ambulance, send you to the hospital.
And then the wife's calling. He never came home for dinner.
She's on the news and shit. I've been looking for him for days. I don't know what happened to him.
Nobody knows nothing either.
Gunny's at the COVID camp made by Amazon. He's at the COVID camps. Mayo was right. Amazon is evil.
Holy crap. Who was it? The guy from ADO Radio. He had posted they're making a new movie about it.
Yeah, there's a new movie. I saw a trailer for it the other day. It's called I don't know what the fuck the movie's called, but it's supposed to be based on like the virus. Like it's supposed to be like the year 2024 or whatever, like 4 years from now or whatever, where COVID-19 never went away, right? Like it's still there,
but now millions died or so.
Like people keep dying, but the reason it never went away is because the virus kept evolving. So like now it's COVID-23 in the movie or whatever, and like they got like these fucking huge like quarantine fucking like shanty towns set up and shit, like outside LA and outside big cities. They got these huge like quarantined off fucking like little villages and shit where they're putting the people that have the virus into or whatever, and like the normal people have to live outside, and then to like go anywhere you have to be like an essential employee or whatever. You have to have like special badges and like a special pass, or the military can shoot your ass and shit. That's the future we're going towards, Mayo.
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, you crazy bastards. But I'm telling you, man, that automatic scanner machine thing, it's another way for the government to track us, Mayo. This is Watchdogs.
This is step one.
Watchdogs is warning us about this, Mayo. They're telling us, don't give the government more ways to track you. This is it.
That's all I'm saying.
I mean, pretty much the government just has to talk to Google, right? Or Apple. I mean, they pretty much follow.
They already do. You know they do. You know they talk to that
Google.
Facebook.
Google now. The other day they sent me an email and they're like, "Here's your activity for the last month," and it showed me like where I went every day for that month. Because my location was turned on. It was like, you went to this store one day, you went to this store on this day, you went over here, you drove this many miles this day. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm turning this crap off when I'm not using it now.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Mayo, we know the last time you went to the restroom, Mayo, we watched you.
Yeah, you were there for 30 minutes playing Candy Crush.
We saw you, Mayo. Get back to work. What are you doing?
Yeah. I was kind of surprised. I'm like, that's crazy. Like they track that much, and it showed like every store that I went to. It was like, you went to Target at this time on this day on like October 11th. You went from Target to Best Buy, and then you went from Best Buy back to your apartment at this time, and it was like, you drove this many miles and it took you this much time, and I'm going, are you kidding me?
Mayo's the murderer.
Hey, Mayo, the good thing is, though, think about it. If you need an alibi, or maybe you need, like, say you're accused of some murder, a murder happened in your apartment complex, and you're sus, right? And the police are breaking in your door, and they're like, get on the fucking ground, man. Where the fuck were you on October 25th, 2020? You could be like, Google, show these motherfuckers where I was October 25th, 2020 at this hour, because I don't remember. And Google will be your friend, and they'll bring it up and be like, here, Mayo was at Starbucks 2 towns over on October 25th at 7 p.m.
Okay, Mayo's a boring guy. He was over at Target. He went to visit his old classic video game shop at 3 p.m. Don't bother.
See, my luck, it'd be like Mayo went to some like big sandy like superstore that sells weapons or something like that.
Mayo was near a gun store at this time.
People had it wrong the whole time. Like, they showed you there when you were next door at the game store.
Yeah, when Mayo's luck, it'll be like Mayo disabled his fucking tracking at this time.
Right.
He was at the military surplus store.
Oh, shit. Oh, man, that's hilarious. But yeah, man, like I'm saying, the temperature tracking shit, man, it's just going to give everyone brain cancer.
See,
shooting those rays into your head.
I got to take my thermometer with me because there are some places that I go to, some stores that they don't necessarily take my temperature, but I do have to pass by it's like the portable scanner. Going back and forth.
Wait. So you have to scan yourself?
No. So I have a thermometer so that I don't end up going into one of those places. But it's just something I got from work, right? They gave it to me.
Wait, what do you mean? So you scan your own temperature?
Well, I take my own temperature. I usually do it.
How are we supposed to trust you, Gunny? What if you lie? What if you get like 110 degrees and you're like, I'm fine. I got no temperature, guys.
I'm good. They need their alcohol.
I know.
There's no temperature. Hey, I'm fine. This thing said it was the perfect.
You know what I really thought about, guys? I really thought about it because I took my temperature last week. I thought I was getting like a sinus infection, but it never turned out to be one. And I'm perfectly fine. I feel great. And it was 87 or 87.6 or whatever you said it was.
Gunny, you're not 87 degrees. No one's 8. How the fuck were you 8? Oh, okay. I was how the fuck were you 10 degrees below the normal temperature?
That's what we need. We need an HGP temperature checker.
Gunny was over here fucking walking zombie and shit 2 weeks ago.
Gunny put the fucking thermometer between his toes and he put it in the wrong spot.
Gunny, all I'm saying is, how are we supposed to trust you, Gunny? All right. What if you get a high temperature check? Are you gonna be honest, Gunny? Are you gonna
oh gosh,
what if you realize, right, Gunny? Gunny's like, I need to buy the new Xbox Series X. If I say I got high temperature, I gotta go home for 2 weeks and no paycheck for 2 weeks, and then no Series X, Gunny. What's gonna happen there, Gunny? Decisions.
Oh man, that's where I go press A or B, right? It's like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Man, that's a tough one, right? Because and here's the other thing too, guys, and I'm sure you've thought about this as well, where I think, okay, I got to go into that store and I got to run these stacks of alcohol back and forth, and still got to get it checked in. And I thought, what about the fact that everybody's wearing a mask and it's harder to tell if somebody's like, like when you walk in, you go, man, you don't look well. Are you sick?
Yeah, everyone's hiding it.
You can't tell.
Everyone's hiding it. That's what I'm saying, Gunny. That's what is this always a plan to spread the virus even more with these masks?
I'm going to go around the machine. I'll just press B. I'm going
I'm fine. Fuck this machine.
I need a new console.
You're a super spreader, Gunny. Stop being a super spreader, Gunny.
Damn it.
You're spreading your fucking virus everywhere. See, Mel, this is the problem with America. We don't know who to trust anymore. People like Gunny run around temperaturing themselves and hiding their diseases with their mask. What the fuck?
That's it.
Me,
just going there with a smile.
He's all over there in the West Coast. I'm over here where it's safe, between all these fields.
Gunny's over here spreading the virus all over California like it's no big deal. The fuck, Gunny?
There's no people over there in California for him to give it to anyways, right?
We keep shutting down. I can't even have open. We can't even go inside restaurants here in Snow where I live. Stupid.
No, Gunny, I'm gonna invent. See, now we're moving on. We're not inventing the temperature. We're inventing the temperature machine first, but then Jesus Corp and friends will invent the super fast COVID tester, where you put your thumb in, kind of like kind of like those blood sugar test things that diabetics use or whatever to test their blood sugar. You're gonna put your finger into this machine. It sticks a needle in your hand, and it'll check you for COVID, and then that'll clear you it'll clear you for 3 hours. All right. For 3 hours, you'll be clear. And every 3 hours, you got to retest yourself and upload that information to the phone mail.
Yeah, needs to be available on Redbubble when?
Available next week. Yeah. Woo. Jesus Corp and friends. Woo. New medical research company that I just invented on this podcast. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Let's do this.
Good time.
Good stuff. I'm glad we talked about that. I didn't play much games this week, guys.
Okay. You played hide the Rona from the public, you motherfucker.
I know.
Now we know the truth.
Just go around.
Gunny's over here avoiding all the temperature checks and shit, just trying to hide, wearing double mask and hats and shit to hide his temperature. Motherfucker, Gunny.
Yeah, I'm not not even speaking, right? Because then they would know, right? I just kind of go, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're just grunting when people talk to you. Hey, have you been there, Henley? Mm-hmm.
Who is it, the South Park character that just mumbles?
Yeah, that's Gunny. Kenny, he's fucking Kenny.
I think they know. They'd look at me and be like, oh, shit, get him over here. Somebody grab one left arm, somebody grab the right arm. Quarantine
his ass. Throw him in the COVID camp. Oh, shit. shit.
Somebody hide his
Oh
truck.
man, I'm telling you, dude. That's what's gonna happen, Gunny. That shit's coming, dude. We gotta get ready. We gotta prepare, guys. All right. Gonna have to prepare. The COVID Camp podcast.com. I'm gonna buy that URL now.
Oh, that would be a good one, man. And then somebody be like, when's the movie coming out? Where's the book? You got the podcast?
It's gonna happen, dude. It's gonna happen, man. The movie's already coming out. They already made a movie. Like, what's his name? Michael Bay already made a movie about it.
Yeah.
Coming out next year, but like, it's gonna happen, man. What if this virus doesn't go away, Mayo? What if it doesn't go away, huh? What are we gonna do then?
Jesus is kind of creepy. Maybe I haven't said it on this podcast before, but my uncle used to give us flyers about it 20 years ago, and me and my mom would laugh at him. Oh, you're like in this like white supremacist cult or whatever we would say to him, that he's off his rocker. And we thought it was funny, we were like, whatever, dude, you're on some conspiracy stuff. But now
what do you say? What do you say about this virus?
Yeah, it was tied into that, but I tied into the whole white supremacy thing. But whatever, it was like that group or whatever he was belonging to. Mm-hmm. But now it's like, shoot, like maybe there's something to this whole virus thing, Yeah,
I see that's the problem with conspiracy theories. They're usually tied to like some crazy shit, like some real crazy shit, and you're like, all right, and that's what throws conspiracy theories off, is that they're tied to like really crazy shit. But what if you take some parts of that conspiracy theory and try to dissect it? What if it all makes sense, Mayo? This fucking shit is becoming like Watchdogs. Ubisoft knew this, and Ubisoft is trying to warn the people by playing a video game that this is going to happen, Mayo. We're going to have checkpoints and people with guns all over London. This isn't good.
I feel like
Warlords of New York.
This is more like a Division kind of situation than it is a Watchdog situation for us.
No, but you see, Mayo, first it becomes Watchdogs, and then everything collapses and it becomes a Division.
Oh, the Division, yeah.
So the first Division was like New York, and there's a sickness that spreads, and
the dollar flu or whatever, because everything spreads with the dollar on Black Friday or something. Oh man!
And you bring in Utopia.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is welcome to the HGP Conspiracy Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have specialist Gunny, aka Gunny Chief here. Gunny comes from California. He is claiming that he doesn't believe in temperature checks. Gunny, why don't you believe in temperature checks?
I don't believe in them because they're not accurate.
You know what? I agree. There was the other day, all right, at my work, we do temperature checks at my work too, Mayo. And they were like, whoa. One like the person, because they do temperature checking, they stand behind the glass and they like scan your hand. He's like, whoa. And then he like gave me a double look, and I was like, oh shit, what's going on here? And then like like super suspenseful, tense music came on.
And then he stopped. He's like, "You're Jesus walks left, HGP. I know you." He's
like, I need you to stand outside and wait. I was like, oh shit. And then he scanned my, he's like, wait a minute, come here again. And he scanned my head. He's like, He's like, I need you to stand off to the side out there. I'll scan you again when I'm done here. So he went ahead and scanned everybody else, right? And everyone else is coming out, sitting down, for the morning meeting. And like, all right, Jesus. And then they scanned my head again, and I'm like, and he's like, huh? He's like, why? He's like, why is your temperature a little high? I'm like, and then he scanned my head again, and he's like, oh, you're good. And I'm like, what the fuck was that all about, dude? He scanned my head like 3 or 4 times, Gunny. You're right. What if it's not accurate?
See?
What if it would have sent me home for 2 weeks, and I don't even got the Rona, dude?
Or just think of the fact that you couldn't go get a test like that day, and you could only do it on Wednesday, so then you lost 2 days of pay.
Yeah. And then you lost whatever day it takes to them to get the fucking results.
Oh, yeah, another day. At least 24 hours.
This is all conspiracy.
Right? In the meantime, you're at home playing video games, and all you keep hearing is this knock at the door. The guy in a white suit out there. You're like, I ain't opening that. And then the results come in, you tell your boss, and then that guy leaves.
Yeah.
Right.
He's going to take me to the COVID camp.
He's back in his van, he's leaving.
The hazmat suit guys leave.
With the other 3 hazmat guys that are sitting in the van. They're all leaving now. You're good.
It's gonna happen, guys. Mayo, you need to be careful, Mayo. You and your stupid stores with your I want old stores to come back. That's old timey talk, Mayo. We don't have that anymore. It's done. COVID killed that shit. All right.
Back. I said I watched a show on it.
COVID killed that shit, Mayo. There ain't no hope for those fucking stores anymore. All right. COVID says they're done. The future is Amazon Corp, Apple and Google and Disney. they own the world now. 4 corporations run the whole world, Mayo. Oh wait, and Microsoft.
And Microsoft, yeah. I was gonna
5 corporations run the world. That's it.
Come join Game Pass.
It's the future. It's now. How are your dreams, Mayo? Anyways. We're done with conspiracy talk. It's news time.
Hey, wait a minute, Jesus. Hold on before we do that.
Wow,
No, I guess I can just talk about real quick about what I played. I
did play something.
Torchlight 3. Yeah, it's Torchlight 3. I'm a level 8 rail master. I'm keeping going on that game.
So you're a rail master, level 8?
Level 8 rail master, man. I got me a fucking train that's what I call in that's my perk right there. And it throws out some mortar bombs and some lasers, kills all the enemies.
This sounds like such a weird fit in a game.
I know it is. It is
strange. Class, and Gunny picks a rail master. He's like, that sounds like a good one. So I got a rail master, and I've got I've got just the normal regular dog. The one with it's got like that barrel in the front, like that's where he keeps the medicine. And he just goes out and bites people. Creatures, yeah. Next game, I saw it on Amazon Prime. You get those free games or whatever, and I got a code for Minion Masters. This is a free-to-play game. As far as I know, it's just on Steam and Xbox, but it is one of those games that are tower defense games that are just chock full of microtransactions. Normally something like I wouldn't be into, but I did play it on PC. Once in a while, I will fire it up on Steam and play it. And only because it seems like a good, mobile style type game. And yeah, it just something I'll just play casually. Minion Masters. It looks cool. I like the aesthetic of it. Get some badass characters. But that's all I played, guys. That's it. Now
awesome. Now it's news time. Let's get into the news, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about some news here. I got some World of Warcraft news for you PC gamers, Mayo.
Okay.
World of Warcraft's upcoming Shadowlands expansion has more pre-sales than any other expansion in the game's history, says Activision Blizzard. On a recent earnings call, Activision Blizzard CEO Robert Bobby Kotick said that we've seen unprecedented engagement trends since the World of Warcraft subscriber base doubled following the launch of World of Warcraft Classic last year. Pre-sales of the upcoming Shadowlands expansions are the highest we've seen at this stage ahead of any release. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, they've had a lot of releases. There's a lot.
Considering how old the game is, they're saying that it's on its 16th year. So that's a long time.
If you're making an MMO anymore, you just give up and you're not going to beat WoW. There's all these MMOs that have been out there that have tried.
That just come and go, right? They come and go, come and go.
Yeah, they come and go, like you said, and there's so many. And WoW, we're still making expansions over here. like they didn't even have to come up with the new WoW. It's just like, you know what? We're re-releasing it from the beginning again. for the people that missed it in the beginning, we're re-releasing it for you to start all over again. You know what I mean? It's like they didn't have to make a new one. It's just like, no, we're just re-releasing it. Fuck you, whatever. And it's pretty crazy.
WoW makes over $1 billion annually net bookings alongside Call of Duty and Candy Crush.
Wow.
That's crazy.
You know, that is fucking nuts. But I guess, I mean, you know, like when you have such a big success, it's just it's always going to be that. Everyone knows WoW. I feel like everyone knows WoW, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
They may not have played it, but they know what it is.
Yeah. Like they may have, but it's that fucking nerd game with the wizards and the fucking the magic. You know, like people know what
it's
it
like
is.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Everybody played it.
Yeah, like everyone. Like, it's like the Dungeons and Dragons, but on the internet.
Yeah, I saw that
on,
what's that famous antique? Not antique, but the pawn shop show, and one of the
Vegas.
Pawn
the Vegas one. And this guy brought in like a World of Warcraft like sword.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
You saw that on YouTube or Facebook?
Yeah, where
right?
he brought like didn't he bring the sword from like one of the releases? It was one of the bad guys. Apparently it was his sword or whatever, and like apparently Blizzard made like a limited amount of these or whatever, like these like special edition swords. But they were actual fucking like it's an actual like full size metal fucking sword.
Yeah.
and like didn't they buy it? Wasn't it a Chumley the chubby one?
Yeah, he
wasn't he like a big fan of WoW, and he was like, I'm buying this, and he bought it for like isn't it like $10,000 or some shit?
It was something like that. But the guy, you know how they always call in the expert, and the expert came in and goes, no, this thing's authentic. And but the guy wanted like $100,000 for it or 80 grand. Yeah. And of course they were just like, but he goes, yeah, you might get 30. And then the main guy, right? And he's all, look, I'm not getting 30 out of this. I want to make cash fast. So 10 grand.
Yeah, I mean, you can't flip like that type of merchandise like in a pawn shop. You got to have like, if you want to make 100 grand, if you want to make 100 grand off of that thing, if I would have been that guy, I would have been like, fuck you, I'm going on like eBay or something, finding some fucking eBay, some kind of fucking IGN auction. I would have like call IGN and tell them to feature me on some kind of article or something and put myself on eBay and see who the fuck pays me the highest bid or whatever, you know. I bet you it would go easily over 100 grand. Someone would buy it.
Yeah, I can't remember just how many limited release.
Yeah, it was like a super amount. Like, it was like only one of like 1,000 made or some shit. It was like really like a low number. Mm-hmm. And it was pretty authentic. And the dude was like, no, this is like the real deal. This is like some fucking wow shit, Mayo. Wow. Mayo's like, Mayo's like, I want that sword. But yeah, man. Yeah. Authentic video game shit is wild. Anyways, moving on now. Let's move on here to more news. Another Halo Infinite director has left the project.
This sounds like trouble in a way. You keep hearing these bad stories about people leaving the project.
It's going to be like Cyberpunk.
This game is never going to come out. So Bloomberg has reported that the game's director, Chris Lee, has now left the Halo Infinite project. This comes not long after the Infinite was delayed past the Xbox Series X and S launch and into some unspecified date in 2021. Lee did confirm with the news with Bloomberg saying he was stepping back from his role on Halo Infinite. Despite there being no new release date, Lee did say he is confident the team will deliver on a great game next year. And notably, he is now the second director to leave the game in the last 2 years. I wonder. I wonder. He's stepping back, right? But
he's stepping back.
I wonder, was this a either you step down or we'll fire you situation?
That's what my first thought was when they brought in that lead from former Bungie or whatever, and the one that still works for Microsoft. And I'm sure whatever heads were talking, we're like, hey, look, man, you either gotta, it's take your pay and leave or step down.
Yeah, like, do you want to get fired? Do you want us to announce that you're being removed, or do you want to say you're stepping down? Which one do you want? And it looks better to say you're stepping away, right? Like you're making the choice, right? Like, oh, I made the choice. I'm the one that quit that job. It doesn't sound as good when you're saying, oh, someone fired me.
Yeah,
right.
According to his LinkedIn with 343 Studios since 2008, where he served as a lead producer on the Halo franchise in 2016. Also, which he spearheaded the spiritual reboot to the Halo series, likely referring to Halo 5. So it seemed like he was promoted within the last several years. I don't know. When did Halo 5 come out?
2013?
Oh,
14?
so I wouldn't say recently, but yeah. Longer than
It was a long time ago. It came out 6 years ago or some shit.
I think they got bigger problems over there. And
yeah.
One thing I will add to it is that when the whole debacle, I don't think I've said it before, but when they came out and somebody's like, oh, where's that multiplayer? It's not going to launch. It was somebody who could have been whatever on the internet. And then their only response was like, that's not true. Like, it was like, wait a minute, that's all you're going to say about it? Like, where the fuck is it? Like, they didn't even want to talk about the multiplayer, which I thought was not just being transparent enough as to where it was at the time. I don't know.
I feel like they focus too much. I think personally that they focus a lot of their resources on fixing the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, I get the
because with that thing, they wanted it to be like the super cool collection that it would bring everyone back to Halo, and it flopped. I feel like it flopped because they launched it and like they had the initial hype where like everyone was like, oh, whoa, you can switch the graphics, but then when everyone started getting on the multiplayer and the shit wasn't working right, it seems like a lot of players dropped off, right? And it still has its player base. Don't get me wrong, you can still go to like right now, download Master Chief Collection and play a lot of those multiplayer matches, but it wasn't the thing that they were initially hoping that it was, I think. And I think it kind of flopped. So they put a lot of resources on that. And I think that took a lot of their resources away from Halo Infinite. So now that they're focusing on releasing this shit on release day, and they're like, fuck, I feel like they just probably mismanaged the team. They didn't put enough resources here where they needed them to have this game at 100% to launch. And yeah, it's just kind of panned out that way, like that trailer wasn't impressive. Whenever they showed that gameplay of Halo Infinite a few months back,
right?
I mean, everyone said it like this looked okay. I can't at best, like it doesn't. There's nothing wow about it,
Yeah, so I think even what they need to do with this thing going forward before, just at least get like an alpha going for people like us. Like, let us sign up for it. Because I am in like a beta program for the Halo Master Chief Collection where I get to play like Halo 3 certain maps a week early before they come to Steam, the Master Chief Collection, or even on Game Pass. Like I get to play it first with a limited amount of people, just get all the bugs worked out, which I haven't done that recently, but man, let that thing run for a couple of weeks at least. I don't know. But then it's just like, yeah, like who's really playing it? Not many people. I don't know. We'll see.
Who knows what's going to happen with Halo Infinite. Moving on now for Mayo's news here. PlayStation 5 accessories are now arriving early. That's right. The PS5 does not arrive until November 12th, but some players are already getting their hands on accessories. That's right.
We need early controllers, chargers.
You get that at early hands-on in your controller and your shit. Also, I didn't know this, but I saw a commercial yesterday on like, where was I? Oh, I was at the store getting my phone. And they were watching TV because I guess that's what people at phones stores do. They watch TV while they work. And pretty much they had like this TV on, and I was just watching it while the dude was doing whatever on the computer. And there was a commercial for Burger King. And they said like for a limited time, if you buy like the 2 for $5 mix and match, whatever deal they have on Burger King, you get a chance to win a PS5. Like they give you some kind of code or whatever, and you can like check it or something, and it'll tell you if you won a PS5.
Nice.
Well, I guess
on Facebook. It could have been somebody through Giant Bomb or another Facebook group, but they said they won ordering food from Burger King. They got their PlayStation 5.
Sounds interesting because I know Taco Bell is doing that Xbox one where you have to buy the medium cups or whatever to get a chance to win an Xbox.
Yeah, I got it recently, but I didn't get a drink. That's what it was.
Got to get the drink, Gunny. That's where the code is.
I know. My kid gets a drink or one of those Baja Breezes or something.
The cups.
And I'll be like, don't throw your cup away. Give me that cup. I need to put that code in. Or is it still one of those text kind of things?
Yeah, I think it's both. You can text it or put it online. It doesn't matter, I think. You could do either or. I think if you text and you win, you still have to go register online somewhere or something. Obviously, right? Because you need your address and shit.
Right. Send it here. I'll take it.
Yeah, send it to me. Anyways, more news. CD Projekt Red boss downplays Cyberpunk 2077's crunch, and then he apologizes. That's right. With Cyberpunk 2077 suffering a 21-day delay, possibly due to the PS4 and Xbox One ports, issues with crunch have become a hot-button topic at Polish studio CD Projekt Red. On a recent investors' call, joint CEO Sadam Kaczynski said that some members of the development team have been crunching heavily, but most have finished their work. Kaczynski also noted that the issue of crunch is not that bad because some employees are happy with the extra 3 weeks. He has since walked the statement back and apologized. He said, quote, regarding crunch, actually, it's not that bad and never was. Of course, it's a story that has been picked up by the media and some people have been crunching heavily, but a large part of the team is not crunching at all since they have finished their work. It's mostly about Q&A and engineers, programmers, but it's not that heavy. Of course, it would be extended a bit, but we have feedback from the team, and they're happy about the extra 3 weeks, so we don't see any threats regarding crunch. However, Kaczynski has since realized that these comments came across as demeaning and harmful, I guess. According to an email sent to CD Projekt Red staff obtained by Bloomberg News, reporter Jason Schreier, the joint CEO said his Cyberpunk 2077 crunch comments were utterly bad. He said, quote, I had not wanted to comment on crunch, yet I still did, and I did it in a demeaning and harmful way. What I said was not even unfortunate. It was utterly bad. But yeah, it's been delayed until December 10th from a November 19th release day. And I don't get his comments being demeaning or anything. I guess he's saying that it's not that bad of, having crunch, but
yeah,
they did give him 3 extra weeks. I guess you can say that, so could you consider it 3 extra weeks of work that you're busting your ass off? Or it could be a breathing room, like, now we got 3 extra weeks, right? Like, all right, now we got a little bit more time. We could chill the fuck out, take a little bit slower. Or is it, oh, fuck, we needed 5 weeks, but we only got 3 weeks. It could be one of those situations, too, but you just don't know unless you work there, So, who knows?
Right, I just feel they're cracking the whip, man. Get to crunch, and we want to play this game.
Right. And all these other games right now are all being affected by this. The next news article, it's kind of crazy. But so they got to think about that.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, Jason, you just want to be the shit disturber and in between all of it.
Moving on to more news, Path of Exile expansion has been delayed due to Cyberpunk's release date being moved up. Says here the biggest game of the year, of course, is affecting other games. Cyberpunk 2077 was recently delayed a 3rd time, this time pushing the December release date back to December 10th. But now Path of Exile's new expansion has also been delayed until January 2021 because they were going to be on the same release date as Cyberpunk.
You know what really sucked?
We can't do that.
Yeah.
You know what really sucked is when CD Projekt Red comes out and goes, hey guys, we're going to delay the game till January 2021 when DLC comes out for Path of Exile, right? They're going to be like, fuck you assholes. Oh, God, we're losing this money because of you. Yeah.
Path of Exile's 3.13 expansion was scheduled on track for a December 11th launch day, but that day was just one day after the launch of Cyberpunk 2077. So, obviously it makes sense for them to be like, no one's going to be playing Path of Exile, and
it'll get lost.
And everyone's going to be talking about Cyberpunk for the next 2 weeks or whatever, 2-3 weeks. And our launch window just got fucked by Cyberpunk. You know what I mean?
It just shows you the power of Cyberpunk. You know, like right now, it used to be Modern Warfare, Call of Duty. You know, but like, can you imagine if Call of Duty and Cyberpunk was the same time? Like,
I feel like that would be the only game that could probably do it. You know, like could still go against Cyberpunk and still sell really well would be Call of Duty, just because it's such a different type of game.
Yeah,
like it's a multiplayer focused game.
Is completely different. I mean, it's multiplayer, yes.
Yeah, but Path of Exile is no Call of Duty.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's just the clout of Call of Duty and this clout of Cyberpunk. It's crazy.
The one game that I would have loved to see released with like Cyberpunk would have been like a Rockstar game, like a GTA.
Oh, man,
hey, motherfucker, got GTA 6 and Cyberpunk. We're releasing the same day. Woo!
Get out there. Just slap it on the table. Bam! Everybody get out of our way. We're taking all of November.
There would be no other game releasing for the next 2 months.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk and GTA 6, that's all you get for 2 months. Everyone else has been delayed.
Hold my beer.
But yeah, who knows? That sucks for this team, but well, whatever. Moving on to more news. Let's talk about some PSVR news. Dun dun dun. Says here, do not expect a PlayStation VR 2 for PS5 anytime soon. Speaking with the Washington Post this week, PlayStation boss Jim Ryan explained that while Sony believes in VR, it will not be committing to a PlayStation VR version 2 for at least a couple of years. He said, I think we're more than a few minutes from the future of VR. PlayStation believes in VR. Sony believes in VR. And we've definitely believed at some point in the future, VR will represent a meaningful component of interactive entertainment. Will it be this year? No. Will it be next year? No. But will it come at some stage? We believe that, and we're very pleased with all the experiences that we've gained with PSVR. And we're looking forward to seeing where that takes us in the future. Dun, dun, dun. So yeah, it's pretty much they're saying like, hey, look, we're not looking to like develop this new VR.
Yeah, it's like it's gonna be.
And it makes sense.
Games first, right? Jesus, and you kind of called this too.
Yeah.
Where you got to get a couple years into the console before you announce a next gen headset, right?
Because you can't afford to sell a $500 console and then a $300 piece of fucking hardware next to it. Just people won't buy it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it's just going to run on games that are already out.
Yeah, like what do you have to offer? Like,
that you had on the last gen, right?
Better
like
graphics, better graphics, and that's it. Good. PSVR 2, woo! Like, no, it needs to be some innovative shit, you know, like this shit has new motion. We invented a new controller for it or whatever. We did this.
Yeah, you could say it's got a higher refresh rate, ray tracing.
A better screen. We put a 4K screen in this fucking thing or something. You know, something different, you know, where, that really makes it.
Cyberpunk is going to come out with a VR version, right? I mean, it's just going to be things like that, or the next Red Dead Redemption 3 or some shit, right?
Yeah.
GTA 7, 5, 6, I don't know. Whatever. 6. I know my numbers. Bring it in, VR edition.
Yeah. Moving on to more news here. Certain Ubisoft games will not be backwards compatible on the PS5.
Dun, dun, dun. I thought they all were. Except for those couple of games that nobody ever heard of.
No, man. Well, apparently, despite Sony releasing a list of PS4 titles that will not be playable on the PS5, Ubisoft has recently updated its site with its own that contradicts Sony's claims. According to the developer, a selection of its own titles will not be playable on the PlayStation 5. However, they will still be compatible on the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S when they both launch. Says here, this latest news post, which focus on the upcoming crossplay and cross-progression with Ubisoft Connect, confirmed 9, that's a lot, PS4 titles from the company that are not supported with backwards compatibility features. Says here, a footnote on the page stated, quote, on PlayStation 5, all games will be backwards compatible except the following ones. Dun, dun, dun. There's some pretty good games here, too. Assassin's Creed Syndicate will not be available on your PS5. Assassin's Creed Chronicles Trilogy Pack, which I don't really give a shit about. Assassin's Creed Chronicles India. Assassin's Creed Chronicles China. Assassin's Creed Chronicles Russia. Risk. Star Trek Bridge Crew. I'm sorry, Jonathan Hall.
No.
And The Werewolves Within, which I don't know what the fuck that is.
I don't know what that is.
And Space Junkies will also not be available on your PS5. That pretty much all those they is really like less than 9 games, because the trilogy pack I'm pretty sure includes India, Russia, and China as a pack. So like, why would they list the trilogy pack and then list those games?
9 sounds better than 8, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes. Whatever.
9 games are not supported, not 8.
Whoa. It's all the same. I mean, the big ones here for me, I guess that people, would still be playing maybe to this day would be like Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which is it's pretty old. I mean, like people aren't really playing that.
Some Star Trek.
The Bridge Crew is the one that kind of I noticed.
The Bridge Crew is the one that kind of stands out, yeah, because that's a VR game, and PSVR is supported on the PS5.
Yeah,
get your dongle.
Jesus, is because there's like, I don't know, there just seems to be this miscommunication between Ubisoft and Sony. What's up with that? They keep doing this.
That's
they keep saying like on their site, yeah, it works, and then and Ubisoft over here is saying no, it doesn't work.
I don't know,
and I'm sure
Ubisoft would know. Like these are our games, people. They're like,
yeah,
we're Ubisoft. We kind of know what's going on, maybe.
And that's just okay. We'll call it 8 games, but that's just one developer. What about like there's some of these other developers out there? Are there games that maybe they're not going to work that we're not knowing about now? Like
what if like
come out?
What if like
more details were the fact that some of the games were not supported. They still ran, but some features didn't work. Didn't we read that article also, Jesus, where you can say
why is it that the games will work on the Series X and S, but not the PS5?
Yeah, I don't. Maybe it's just the way. Did they ever explain the way that they do backwards compatible games? Like, I don't know if it works, if it's just like a digital download, even if you have the disc, or does it have to work off the disc as well? I don't freaking know. Who knows? Like how that even works with PlayStation 5 or even the Xbox One. I don't know. It's just, but I'm sure eventually they will work. It's just a question of when they can get those games working. If you're still interested in playing those, but nobody's going to care at the launch anyway with a new PlayStation 5, right? They're going to be playing, what are they going to be playing? Watchdogs and Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Sure.
Wait a minute, there's been an update on this article.
I saw several different articles.
So now there was an update, Mayo. Breaking news. I need a breaking news sound effects.
Breaking news.
Breaking. Sound effect, Gunny. Sound effect.
Bum, bum, bum.
Breaking news from Ubisoft. Ubisoft has now commented on this, and they said that they're not. They actually pulled the post from their website, and they have said this is not the actual list. There may be some inaccuracies here.
And I saw that one, but since this one was
back to you, Gunny. Back to you in Orlando.
This is the latest date on this website that I'm reading. That's why I went with this one instead of one from the 29th.
But why? But that makes no sense, though. Like, wasn't the architecture on both systems the same this time around? So, what's going on?
I missed the video. On how Sony handles backwards compatibility.
But I mean, the whole reason that Xbox can do backwards compatibility is because of their architecture, right? Whatever they've done in their systems, it's letting their last gen systems come forward, and they're doing some kind of emulation for the Xbox OG. But for the 360, it's kind of like the same as the Xbox One, so they kind of just ported those over, and there's some kind of emulation that they got going on. how is the PS5? Is it hardware-based backwards compatibility, or is it something else? I mean, because on the Xbox, they said that everything except Kinect titles that required the Kinect will work. So what the fuck's going on there? Like, do you need? What do you need? What's going on here? What's going on, Mayo?
Would it be just more or less like somebody getting into a game? And again, I'm just speaking out of my ass here, but where you take a PlayStation 4 game, but doesn't somebody like the developer has to get in there and change the coding somehow?
I mean,
it would be an emulation thing, right? Just be more of a, hey, how do we get this PlayStation 4 digital copy to work on the new?
Because I don't know. On the Xbox, I know that
it's because it's going to have different specs, right? It's now got an SSD, so it's got all that coding has to be.
Yeah, but on the Xbox, I remember like Xbox does that for the developers. The developers just have to agree to it. And Xbox, they do it. I don't know how they do it, but they do it themselves. So apparently Xbox knows, the team over at Xbox knows how to, I mean, they're a software company. That probably helps.
Yeah, right.
But,
a little
they
bit.
somehow know how to do this shit, where Sony, maybe they don't. Maybe their shit is just hardware based and like whatever,
you gotta be curious now. I'm going to go watch, not right now, but go watch the.
Go watch it. I want, by the end of this show, Gunny, you better have watched it, and we want to know what the hell is going on here.
I know. I missed it. I know I saw like the beginning of it on GameSpot, but I never followed.
We need Gunny's investigative reporting on this right now. Go ahead, Gunny. Go. You got permission to leave.
I had a biased article that I read or had you read on this show.
Yeah.
Without having the proper tools and knowledge and information. I apologize, community.
Moving on to more news. You're a Gears Pop fan. Gears Pop fan.
I remember this game.
Gears Pop fans out there.
Greg.
Gears Pop will be shut down April 26, 2021.
I know. So if you still have that on your phone, just get rid of it. Don't even wait.
Yeah.
You're probably playing Fall Guys anyway.
It says here, in-app purchasing has been disabled effective immediately, and any purchases in the last 90 days, so that's July 30th through October 28th, will be refunded. Man, I just spent $500 on July 15th. God damn it. Fuck. Won't get my money back. Sucks for me. Says it will be refunded. And it says the studio said the refunds may take a few weeks to be processed. This year originally launched in August 2019 for iOS and Android and Windows 10 device. That's a year. They literally lasted a year and a half. That's it.
Yeah, I'm sure other mobile games probably don't even last that long, but that one fell off real quick for sure.
Being so big. I remember it was so everyone, oh my God, Gears Pop. Even me, I like that. I like that game.
Yeah, but it was so buggy too. Like it just drove me insane. I was like, come on, Microsoft, you release this. Make it work.
Yeah.
I love playing that. I like playing it on the iPad. It was fun. But if you can get the game together.
Moving on to more news, I got some breaking news here for you, Mayo.
Okay.
Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. There's a leaked Crytek document hinting at Crisis Next. Crisis VR.
No,
Rise
VR.
Next.
I was thinking it was going to be like a battle royale. I thought I heard rumblings of that.
Rise Next, and Robinson 2. In October 2020, as ransomware gang Egregor has leaked data it claims to have obtained from the internal networks of Crytek. This is leaked documents. Says your Crytek may be working on several new projects, Mayo, including a project called Crisis Next. Interesting, right? Gunny? Crisis, and then the next version. Can it run Crisis, Mayo? Can it run Crisis? No, the 3090 cannot run Crisis. It will not be able to run Crisis. I can guarantee it will not run Crisis. It will melt your computer. Yeah. Also, Crisis VR is a project that they're working on as well. That sounds pretty dope. And a new Rise Son of Rome game. But they just call it a Rise game, so it could be Rise Son of George Washington. Rise Son of Canada. Rise, son of England. Son of the Queen of England. Rise, France. Rise, Russia. Rise, the Persian Empire. Rise. Okay, can we rise anything, right? Anything rise, right? Gunny is like Assassin's Creed. It could be anything. So this is apparently just a rumor. This is just a rumor. It says here that Crytek may have already canceled some of these projects. This is just leaked documents of the names of some projects. Because also there's like a Robinson 2 project in here. And also a mobile version of the game Hunt. I don't know what the fuck that's called. The game Hunt. There's supposed to be like a mobile version of that. There's also confirmed the existence of the Crisis Remastered and how it was outsourced to an external team. Apparently, it says here, Crisis Next was a battle royale game, Mayo. And this is the description and the leaked documents. We got the description right here. Crisis Next is a free-to-play battle royale game where hundreds of players collide in fast-paced combat, visual customization, adaptive nanosuit powers, and visually spectacular combat in an immersive world creates the ultimate live streaming experience. The Crisis franchise has all of the features to make a battle royale stand out. The gameplay, the style and setting, and high production value. How do you like that pitch, Mayo? Are you approving this project or you're canceling it?
No, I'm canceling it. I hear Battle Royale and I'm done.
What was Amazon's? Yeah, Battle Royale. That's what it sounded like.
Well, yeah, they had one, didn't they? They canceled it too, huh? Yeah. Gone. I'm pretty sure that's probably been canceled, right? Free to play Crisis Battle Royale, that's probably been canceled.
And, I know what I say with those. Just go ahead and release them. See how it goes.
Yeah. Why? Why though? Like that's.
Yeah, we don't. I guess free to play battle royales out there anywhere. That's what the world needs. A few more of those.
One thing we don't have out there is enough battle royale games, guys.
It could be the next Fortnite. You never know. No. Everybody's going to uninstall Fortnite and start playing Crisis Online.
Whatever happened to the Fortnite actual game, like the campaign? They just gave up. They just never.
Save the world.
They never finished it, did they? It's like, never saved it. Yeah, they never saved the world. They ruined the world is what they cost COVID. Epic cost COVID. I'm calling it right now. This is a new conspiracy.
People playing Fortnite.
Let's hear. Let's move on here to more news. More news. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. I got all the news for you guys. There's lots of news this week. More news. Let's talk about our friend. Wait, hold on. Well, our friends over making the game Chernobyl Light. This is a Steam early access game for the best part of last year and this year. But now the game made by Farm 51 is looking to ramp up the hype behind their upcoming sci-fi RPG survival horror game, Chernobyl Light. With news, Mayo, that this game is also coming to both current and next-gen consoles. Woo! Let's do it! Yeah, fuck yeah, Gunny. Yeah.
You played this, right, Jesus?
No. No.
Or you just watched the documentary?
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck this is. It says here, you're going to get 2 new quests to complete. You get to dig deeper into either Oliver's or Olga's story and explore both to add new plot pieces for discovering Chernobyl Light's mystery. You're going to get 2 new levels and additional locations on the already existing ones to be discovered. And you're going to get more weapons and better AI improvements, Mayo. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun.
Guns is good, you know?
Oh, yeah. I like the guns. Oh, yeah. Chernobyl Light. Are you guys excited?
Bring it, man. Bring that on to console. I'll take it.
Are you excited, Gunny?
Yeah, I'll play it. Hey, charge me $15, $20 tops. I'll buy it. It's adorable.
Hey, nice meeting.
Moving on to
real soon.
More news. To more news. Let's talk about Hitman. Hitman 3.
She's gonna text me when they got close.
Physical editions are going to be distributed in 60 countries. 60 countries, Gunny.
Yeah,
60.
Good or not. I'm like, you should be getting
across Europe, the Middle East, Africa, and Australia. Australia, man.
Hey, boy.
Since your game company Square Enix and IO Interactive recently announced their partnership to distribute physical copies of the next sequel, Hitman 3, for the PS5, PS4, Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, and PC. That's right.
Ish, but he is.
Bring it on. I'll play more. I
pre-order this
so often that old Hitman 2.
He wasn't doing them.
I replay some other missions that I don't think I've. Well, maybe I have completed it. I just like replaying like some of those.
You have to pop the gate.
Kill them in different ways.
I love it. Yeah, I love that game. So good. So good. See here. Let's move on to some more news that I have here for you guys. Let's talk about Call of Duty Black Ops. That's right. Call of Duty.
Zombies.
Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War needs up to 250 gigabytes of space on your PC.
250.
I ran across this article. That's what I was going to say. I was not interested in getting this game because I don't want to waste 250 gig on a game.
That's a whole hard drive. Activision has revealed the full PC specs for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and the storage requirements are hefty. If you're planning to play the game in 4K with ultra settings enabled and ray tracing, you will need to free up 250 gigabytes of space, and that is the top end of the specs. But anything else lower than that requires 175 gigabytes of space. Regardless, it's a lot of storage, and I mean, yeah,
that's off the rip. You know, the last time, last Call of Duty, it was what, 90 or something like that, and it grew to like 200.
That was recommended, and now it's like 170. So, like, yeah.
Yeah. So, what's this one gonna do?
Let's go up to 500.
Right.
Yeah.
Your whole console.
I'm telling you, we're gonna see
the Xbox is a fucking Call of Duty box now.
They're gonna market a hard drive of some form. They're gonna call. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
We're gonna see this Call of Duty branded hard drive out there.
Yep. Yeah, Seagate's already working on it. they're gonna make it.
Seagate's
check it out.
How do they know
you buy that whole thing, right, or whatever? It takes up the entire bit of space. You buy like a gun skin, and it just breaks the entire game.
Yeah, it's like
481.
You went over, Gunny. No, you went over.
No longer play the game.
Let's talk about the minimum required. So minimum, you're going to need Windows 7 64-bit or Windows 10 64-bit. You're going to need DirectX 12 and a core, Intel Core i3 or an AMD FX 6300 with 8 gigabytes of RAM, a GeForce GTX 670 card with 2 gigabytes of RAM, or a GTX 1650 with 4 gigs, Gunny and Mayo, or you're going to need an AMD Radeon HD 7950. And for the minimum specs, you're going to need 50 gigabytes for just the multiplayer. And yeah, so if you need minimum recommended for 60 frames at medium, this is 60 frames at medium settings, you will need an Intel Core i5 or a Ryzen R5 1600X, and you need 12 gigs of RAM. NVIDIA GeForce GTX 970 4-gig card or a GTX 1660 Super or an AMD Radeon R9 390 or an AMD RX 580 with the minimum of 175 gigs of space. For recommended for ray tracing, this goes up to an i7 8700K or an AMD Ryzen 1800X with 16 gigs of RAM. You need 16 gigs of RAM, Mayo.
Yeah.
And you need a GeForce RTX 3070, they say, with a storage capacity of 175 gigs. And then for let's go to the max here, 4K RTX You need an Intel i9 9900K or an AMD Ryzen 3700X, 16 gigabytes of RAM, an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080, and 250 gigabytes of space. That's a lot of space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you excited, man? You excited for?
No, just I didn't even check out the beta, and just off all your guys' input that I received, I'm not a Call of Duty guy in general. And that's the last one I really enjoyed, but I'm not that excited for it.
Interesting. So that sucks. That sucks for all our Call of Duty heads out there. I know Brink and Gunny, and I am sort of like, oh, I love Call of Duty. The best Call of Duty ever made. I love Call of Duty. I'm like, this is trash, guys. But they're like, oh, I'm gonna buy best Call of Duty, a game of the year game. I'm like, no, motherfucker, no. But no, they don't listen. They're gonna buy it, motherfucker. Them.
They're getting the premium edition anyway.
Yep. 250 gigs of space. I hope they have it.
Jeez.
It's a lot. But the last piece of news that I have here. This is a big one, Gunny. Are you ready?
Drum roll, please.
Are you ready for the biggest piece of news?
Get ready!
Black Ops Cold War and Warzone integration is happening in the first season of Call of Duty Black Ops. Woo! Woo! Okay, this wasn't the biggest news in the world, but
I saw that though. But I was like, yeah, we already know that. We know it's coming.
Yeah.
And you get to keep your weapon something or other. I saw all your shit that you got from Warzone, you get to keep it.
What do you mean?
Well, whatever you bought, like as far as
like your characters and skins?
Yeah, season passes and everything that all carries forward, which I think is awesome. I think it's great that
that's pretty cool.
Activision is actually not going, it's a clean slate, man. We want everything in your bank account right now. Just give it to us. PayPal us. That was old gen shit. This is new gen shit. Pay us all new shit.
No, apparently not. Apparently they're gonna just.
Yeah. No, I mean, buy whatever, but no, that's good. I love this whole next gen thing, and cross play and everything is awesome. And yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I look forward to playing, I guess. I mean, I kind of want the game, Gunny, but I don't. I'm torn about that one. Should I get it?
What do you think you're going to play? Like, I know you're going to play the single player story. I know that for a fact. Whether you're going to love it or not, you could just like it and be like, yeah, it was okay.
Yeah,
the question is, are you going to play the multiplayer maps?
Yeah.
And but for how long? It's going to be worth $50 or whatever it's going to cost you on PC to play. You know what I'm saying? Like
$60. Yeah. What should I do? Mayo, should I buy Call of Duty? I
think you should. I mean, you like that series. You've played all the other ones, have you not?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why would you not? The only thing I could say would maybe be if you waited a little while because of Cyberpunk, you might get involved in Cyberpunk, and then maybe you'll catch it on sale, or just wait till like Black Friday. When's the release date again?
2 days or 3 days from now.
What about waiting until Black Friday, maybe even?
No, let me tell you when you're going to get this, Jesus. Let me tell you when. When Brink texts you and goes, hey, man, you got to get this Call of Duty, man. I'm telling you, I'm having a blast.
You'd be like, too late, Gunny. I already have it.
Whatever mode is like most badass. Whatever it's going to be, because we don't know yet. Whatever it's going to be that everybody's talking about.
It's the 13th that it's going to release. I mean,
you're going to go watch a YouTube video or you're going to see a Twitch streamer.
Yeah.
Just going ham on this thing, and you're going to be like, oh my God, I got to have it today. Right? Or not. I mean, that's the thing you got to wait for.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm gonna get it. Fuck it. I'll probably buy it. It comes up 13th, so a couple weeks, I guess.
I would just get it myself for the zombies.
Zombies is all right.
See, that's where they're missing out. They need to do a Call of Duty pass. Jesus would have a monthly pass, and he would just never get rid of that. He'd pay like $300 for the year for Call of Duty.
I would like $25 a month or some shit.
Yeah,
He would just never like cancel it. He'd just let it go.
Yeah,
because they don't want you to play any other game, of course. Yeah,
I would be
What if
into
you
it.
had a pass like that, Jesus, and it would just automatically roll on to the next one? You know, you could just keep going.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you would do it.
I'd do it.
I know you
I'd
would.
fucking do it. I'd fucking hella do it. Hell yeah, I would. One thing that I did see that was like, this is a little piece of news. I have one more big piece of news here at the end, but the little piece of news here, I saw some footage from Miles Morales gameplay for the PS5 and PS4. The new expansion / DLC content for Spider-Man game on the PlayStation, and it looks pretty dope. It looks pretty funny because, as we all know, Miles Morales is like he's a Spider-Man that is not, but he's not Peter Parker. He's like a younger kid or whatever. He's like
universe
he's like
Spider-Man, isn't he?
he's like a universe. Yeah, he's like in the universe of Spider-Man, but he's not. Like actually, he's Spider-Man, but not Spider-Man. You know what I mean? It's fucking weird. I don't know. It's
Is it like the multiverse they call it or something like that?
yeah, it's like Iron Man was not Iron Man. Like if it was like a different person playing Iron Man or something like that. You know, if it was a different Hulk playing Hulk or kind of like that. You know, it's just a suit. You can put whoever the fuck in the suit. It's kind of how they're treating it. But anyways, Miles Morales, they showed gameplay of the new of him swinging around the city or whatever in New York, and it looks funny because every time he swings, he's like fumbling it or because he doesn't know how to swing good, right? They're saying like in the beginning of the game when like you're playing as him or whatever, because he doesn't know how to use his powers and all that shit like really good, like Peter Parker. You know, we're like when you started the original Spider-Man game, you know, the new one that came out last year or whatever. You kind of started off where Spider-Man already was Spider-Man. Like, it wasn't like the origin of Spider-Man or anything. It's like, no, Spider-Man has been around. He's put people in prison or whatever. People hate Spider-Man. People love Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like, he's kind of already been established in the city. Where Miles Morales is more like, the story is more about him finding out he has powers and becoming Spider-Man. And like him starting off as Spider-Man. So it shows him swinging around, but he's like fucking falling through the air and shit, like trying to catch himself. It looked hilarious the way he was swinging around, like kind of like all like fucking amateur like and shit, you know, where like the other Spider-Man would swing and like do cool shit. This one's like swinging and like fucking like barely hanging onto the web, like spinning in circles and shit. That's just going through the air. It was pretty funny.
For that, because it might get kind of tiresome to watch the same animation over and over.
I wonder if it's like as the more you play, the better he'll get, and he'll just like start swinging normal or whatever. But it shouldn't be funny to see that in the beginning, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
But you're right. Hopefully, it's like something where like I hope it's something where like eventually it just kind of like he gets his shit together and knows how to do it right.
I'm sure. I don't think they're going to do that the whole
Maybe
game,
it's even
right?
like just like a mission where they have you like, okay, this is where he kind of learns his powers, and then you're swinging, and then like right after that, it shows him like, oh, I get it now, and then you're perfect.
Yeah, because the other Spider-Man, dude, you could swing through that city and like it felt really good swinging through the city as like in the original game as Spider-Man. Like, dude, you could go. I never fast traveled because it was just so much fun being able to swing and see how fast you can get the fucking thing. And then the music, you know, they have really good music in that game. You know, it would start playing, and the faster you swung, the more like the music would pick up and shit. And then next thing you know, you're fucking going like super fast through like all the buildings and just fucking gliding across, you know, and it was pretty legit. So I hope you could get to the point like that in this one. But let's move on here to the last big piece of news here. And this is kind of big news for our friends over in the UK. I know that a lot of Americans don't give a shit, but we give a shit about our listeners in the UK. Right, Gunny? Right?
That's right. We like our farming simulators and stuff. No, they do in the UK.
They got the cops with no guns over there. We like our UK listeners.
Stop it right there, I'll tell you.
And they got the shitty traffic, but it's okay. We love them. So England is now set to enter a second national lockdown.
I heard my wife's been telling me that since I don't watch the news.
Yeah, and apparently this is a month-long lockdown that is beginning this Thursday. So 3 days from now, 4 days from now, it's going to begin. It's a month long. It's an actual like lockdown type of thing where like everything's closed. You can't be outside unless you're an essential employee. Kind of like it was here in the beginning, right? Where like when people actually gave a shit and were listening to the rules and not going outside. Kind of like that. But the next gen consoles are still set to release a few days later. So now people are wondering, are they going to be able to pick up their next gen hardware? And this is kind of weird. It says here, people that are waiting for online delivery are going to be fine because, of course, you're going to get a delivery person to just drop it off at your door. So you'll be fine. But people that have been waiting to go to the store to get it. So it says here, the first important point to note here is that the official government guidelines insist that people once again remain at home in this lockdown. And there are a few exceptions where it's okay to break this rule, but picking up a next-gen system is not a reason to be outside. It says here, non-essential retailers are being made to close, and this will include video game stores that will be shutting down on Thursday. Says here, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. So most of these shops that can run a click and collect service can remain open under the new rules. Therefore, major retailers such as Game, Argos, and Smiths may be able to get your PS5 and Xbox Series X or S pre-orders to you even during the lockdown. But I mean, who's to know?
So I wonder, I don't know, Vetterholic and Mojo, and you guys can, I know Mojo, you're in France or somewhere over there, but you guys, I would think they'd have, if you remember, Jesus, like remember when the first lockdown came and then things kind of eased over the next couple of weeks, and they even, I don't know if they have it now, but you can do curbside pickup.
That's what they're saying here. They have like I guess one of the stipulations here is if your store has curbside pickup, then you're able to pick stuff up that way. So it may be that yes, you can do that with this.
I just walk up to the curb. Give me my console, mate. Right now, I need to play the new Call of Duty. Damn it!
Yeah, and there was even a tweet from the game store, which is called Game. They tweeted out, Xbox Series X and S store pre-orders. Please come in and pre-purchase your console from now until Wednesday evening. You will then be able to collect your console on launch day between 8 and 2 p.m. So it's 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. That's like only 6 hours. What the fuck? Xbox All Access customers will be contacted directly tomorrow with further instructions.
Yeah, because I don't know how, like, as far as the details work out, and, you know, you've got release day. Does everybody just kind of like line up like 7 city blocks long, 6 feet apart? And is that a rule you can break? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just weird that, yeah. I guess depending on how big the store is and population of the city. And yeah, I really hope you guys get your consoles day one.
That sucks. I would too.
And it's able to, be safe about it.
Especially being in a lockdown like that. Like you know, like not being able to go outside and, you know, unless
I mean, who knows? Maybe it's right, because you know how it is here, right? You can just walk around as long as you're wearing a mask and you're in a big city population, and I don't know. Yeah. It's nobody's really getting tickets that I know of, unless it's
here it was like really hardcore at first, right? Like it was like lockdown. You saw no cars outside, and like everyone was staying indoors.
Oh, yeah.
And then after it was like, I want to say July, maybe June. Like no one gave a fuck. Everyone was like, fuck it, Mayo. Let's go have a party, Mayo.
Yeah, that's right.
We're throwing a barbecue. Throwing a barbecue at Mayo's place.
That's right.
Everyone's invited.
And then I think, but here in California, like, and then it was August where we kind of went into that second style type lockdown, but not everything closed, right? They just kind of went into safe mode, is what I'll call it, where, hey, we're going to remain open, but, you know, we're not going to completely close and lock our doors. But yeah, I just hope it's like that, where I understand too, where maybe they're going to shut their airport down. It'll be for essential travel, you know. And yeah, people still need to get to the grocery store. They still need to get to gas. Essential workers still need to get to work. All right, you can just do it in a safe manner, just like they do in France. Everybody wears a mask, you know, and everybody keeps their distance, I guess.
Well, I can see why the UK went into lockdown. Like their new cases went up from like 2,000 to over 30,000 in like the last month.
Yeah,
like literally 1 month or 2 months. It went from like September. What was it? September 20. October 1st, they were at 6,900 new cases per day or whatever, and now it's up to 20,000 new cases a day. So
yeah. I saw an article, and I don't know where it was in the UK. It could have been in England for all I know, and where they were going to start arresting people for doing large gatherings, especially around the holidays. And I'm like, what? How are you going to? I don't know. How would they know that? But I mean, they kind of do the same thing here, where you see that where if they're having a party and it's outside and there's 50 people, then yeah, that's kind of, I guess that's not acceptable. I don't know. What if it's your family? Who knows?
You're all going to jail. You're going to jail with them, Gunny. God damn it, you. You're going to jail. You're going to fucking jail, motherfucker.
I don't think I want to be in jail wearing a mask the whole time.
That would suck. No, well then you can't be in jail because
period. But still.
No, listen, they won't put you in jail because of COVID. They can't risk putting that many people in jail. So if you have a big enough family,
fined, right? You get a fine.
If you have a big enough family, half of you may go to jail. The other half, they don't have enough space in the jail. Right. Don't have enough space, so they'll just leave you out.
Everybody gets a ticket, right? Everybody gets a fine, and it pays up to $500 each. That's a lot of money for the government.
Listen, UK may think they're all big and fancy with their 21,000 daily cases, but America's got 84,000 daily cases. Woo! America number one.
Oh, yeah, remember I told you I saw that Trump rally headed south when I was just before we started podcast, and there was about 200 cars.
And America has had over 20,000 daily cases since March 28th. Woo! America number one. Since that day, it hasn't gone below 20,000. I'm looking at the chart now. It hasn't gone down below 20,000 since March 28th. Every day there's 20,000 or more new COVID cases in America.
You know, and it's just going to get worse with the cold and flu season, right? Where everybody's like, oh my God, I feel like, I'm having coughs.
Let me tell you the peak, Gunny. October 30th, the day before Halloween, there was 99,000 new cases of COVID in America. 99,000, Mayo, right before Halloween, and you're out there trick-or-treating and shit.
Motherfucker. And tomorrow we're going to have a new case list, and it's going to be
all wearing
triple that.
Non-compliant masks. Hey, this was the first Halloween.
Gunny's over here telling people he doesn't have the COVID. He's over here temp checking himself.
Check.
Yeah. Hey guys, I got my own temp. He's like holding a pen to his head, like a regular pen.
I used to put it between my toes.
Check,
between my ear.
I got the temp check. It's all good.
Hey, you want to know how to get around the checkpoint? Reach out to me. I'll send you a helpful video on that.
Gunny,
avoid checkpoints.
Gunny's being a super spreader. Gunny, God damn it, you.
You got the COVID? Reach out to me, man. I could help you get in there.
Yeah, man. Guess what? Oh, look at Little Ohio is super highlighted here on the map, Mayo.
That's because we have no COVID rules here.
It's like COVID Ohio is like or COVID Ohio. Like Ohio is like the whole state is lit up. Illinois. California is like by where Gunny lives is all lit up, like right above LA and between San Francisco. It's like all lit up.
Ohio, we can go out to eat whenever we want. Like I can go to any restaurant right now; they're all open. All the bars are like
really
service now.
Like, do you guys have it to where like they could only like sit so many people inside a restaurant? Like they have to be like so far apart.
The restaurants, I'm assuming yes, but like when you go to the restaurant, they. It takes a little longer to get seated and stuff like that. And they take their own precautions. Like some places, probably unique to each one. They're arranged how they.
There's not like a statewide rule where like it forces every restaurant to be.
It runs by county, right?
Yeah, it goes. I think it goes. I don't know because, like I said, if I go to a restaurant, like if I went in with her, I went last week. My son and my mom came to visit, and the three of us went to a brew house, and the three of us got in, no problem. We had our own table, and there's people sitting in the tables around us, and there's a party of 6 by us. There's a party of 5 by us. You're not too far away. Basically, what they tell us you have to do, you have to wear your mask while you're waiting to get seated, and then when you're walking to your table, you have to wear a mask.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you.
When you get seated, you can take your mask off, and you can sit there. but your waiter will come up and stuff will have a mask on. But
Right.
and then if you go up and use the restroom or anything like that, you got to put your mask on when you're walking by other people. But when you're sitting in your area, you're just sitting in your area and you're fine. So evidently, COVID
Right, that's how they do it here. Yeah, of course, in my county where I live at, above San Francisco, it's like the only county in California, well, up here that there's no indoor dining. It's all outside, but it's all 6 feet apart. And gosh, wait for the rain to come. Like that's going to destroy outdoor dining. But then there's other counties surrounding it, right, that I deliver to that are like 25% capacity inside, 50% capacity inside, all with the same rules and regulations.
Our restaurants are busy. I went to one the other day. That same night, we were trying to go to a restaurant. My mom wanted to go to a Texas Roadhouse steak place, and we got there, and there was a 2-hour wait.
Oh God!
To get in, like no, we're going somewhere else. So we went to this BJ Brew House. So and that was only a 45-minute wait. You know, this was like on Friday night, but
they got good jalapeno burgers.
But like there's enough people that there's a wait, you know, and it was busy and the parking lot was full.
Yeah.
Number 1 state in the U.S. for COVID cases, Texas.
Biggest.
Yeah.
Number 2, California. And number 3, of course, Florida. Fucking Florida. And New York is after that. And Illinois. But man, Gunny, you motherfuckers, stop spreading COVID. I'm tired of this shit.
No, Jesus, check this out. So okay, so you know where I live at, just above San Francisco, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm in that Santa Rosa area for those of you looking at the map right now. So
every listener has stopped the podcast and looked up a map right now.
They Googled Santa Rosa, California. So check it out. No. So it's not the biggest, city in a huge population, 100,000, whatever it is, 150,000. But everybody follows the rules because I'm all around the Sonoma County area, right? And everybody, for the most part, I see it, right? I go to bars. Well, bars are closed, but restaurants and grocery stores and everywhere. And everybody's very compliant as far as and respectable for the most part. But check it out. When I go to my house where I live at in Lake County, I went there just yesterday, right, guys? I was just there. So I go up there and I go into the store. And of course, yes, it's literally on the freaking door of the places that I went to. Jesus, you probably have areas like this where it says, the county law and state, blah, blah, requires that you wear a mask. Guess what? When I walk in there, I'm the only one wearing a mask. It's like, because up there, literally, that's where I even said it on this show. They had those signs out there. If somebody ain't wearing a mask, don't be a fucking Karen and approach them. You might get your face slapped, because they got their constitutional amendment. Yeah. So, different areas, right? Different areas have different, whatever. It is what it is. It's just how it is. I'm not saying it's right or wrong or it should be this or that way, but it's interesting, Yeah. The further you get away from the population areas, it's less.
One last piece of news that I have for our fine listeners worldwide. If you watch The Mandalorian, it says here that a couple days ago marked the return of The Mandalorian on Disney Plus, Mayo. Mm-hmm. If you haven't watched it, you should. With season 2 managing to escape pandemic delays, and it gave us a pretty long episode that most fans seem to agree was another solid entry for the series. So there's a thing that happened in this episode. And pretty much it was an actual mission from KOTOR. Like they took a mission from Knights of the Old Republic and made it into an episode of The Mandalorian. And people were like, that really felt like a video game type episode. Like it felt like really like a mission type episode, it was like a video game script. And they literally took a mission from KOTOR and made it into the episode. That's what they did.
That's cool. I heard it got really good reviews.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy, right?
So glad they're sticking to their roots.
Yeah.
I have yet to watch that first season.
You really haven't watched the first season?
No. Oh,
what?
No, I haven't yet.
You need to watch it, dude. It's really fucking good. Like if you are a Star Wars fan, I feel like this is some prime shit. It's better than the movies, the recent movies, I think. Watch it, Mayo. Mayo would like it.
I've seen them.
Oh, see, Mayo's seen him.
Yeah,
even Mayo has seen it.
Right.
I was too busy watching Utopia.
Oh God, Gunny's over here. I'm watching Star Trek.
Yeah, Star Trek and Utopia.
Boring ass fucking Star Trek. Watch Star Wars, Gunny. God damn it, you.
Man, not a Star Wars person, but I will watch it.
Watch it. Don't think of it as Star Wars. Just think of it as space shit with the little baby Yoda looking thing.
I love those memes and GIFs. GIFs.
Anyways, that's all we have for news, ladies and gentlemen. That's literally all I have. Like I read all the news. You guys can try to go find news. We read you guys COVID news. All right, let's get a recap here. We went through COVID conspiracies. We spoke about video games, about delays, about COVID news, about the UK being shut down, about the UK cops not having guns, about the UK just being shitty. A lot of UK talk this week. UK having shitty traffic. I mean, our UK listeners were really the spotlight this week. Thank you, listeners in the UK. We love you, mate.
All right, let's move on to that.
Hey, mate.
Council's Corner section of the show.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
More funnest video games out there. Fans out there are excited to hear
I guess
about what PlayStation Plus games they are getting for the month of November.
What are they getting?
They are getting Middle Earth: Shadow of War. Was that the first or the second one? Oh, this is the spinoff. This one looks freaking amazing.
I think it's the
on
second one.
If you play that on the Plus. I mean the PlayStation
X or the Pro?
Pro, thank you. I know. I was like, yeah, play that on the Pro, man. 4K. It looks amazing.
Well, fake 4K. Full K.
Low. It looks great.
Cool, but yeah.
And second game is Hollow Knight Void Heart Edition.
Not a bad game.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a Mayo game, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what everybody told me. I couldn't get into it, but maybe I didn't give enough time.
I know. I gave it like 30 minutes. I was like, yeah, I'm done. This game seems hard. Not a big platformer.
I feel like it was more Metroidvania-like than it was more roguelike. You know, I like more the roguelike. I don't have to... I'm not as big of a fan of the games where you can unlock the new ability and you can get access to a new way. Like you have to remember where it was at on the map. Like, oh yeah, I remember back, 6 days ago when I was in that section of the world, I couldn't climb up on this rock because now I can have this double jump. I can go back there, and I just forget. Not a fan of those so much.
All right, over to the Xbox world of things. Xbox One for you gold members, you can now get Origami Shadow Edition. That's the Shadow Edition. Also, another game that's kind of bleeding over into November is Made of Skur. That game is still out there for you to download. Sometimes Xbox.
What? Made of what?
I think it's from the videos I watch, it looks more like a walking simulator. And when you've got like a creature thingy walking by, you can hold your breath or put both hands over your mouth so it doesn't hear you. I don't know. That was the trailer. And I was like, I don't know about this. But your other game, your backwards compatible game this is all for the first half of November, and that is Full Spectrum Warrior. That game looks like it's aged a while.
Warrior. Yeah, that game looks old as fuck.
Yeah, I was looking at the screenshots. I was like, whoa.
Like,
the OG Xbox or something? Jeez.
You're probably better off buying this on PC, and it would still probably look like shit.
Over to Epic, the Epic Store. They have some pretty good games here for your free non-subscription. You just go get them. Blair Witch. That is free. And your second game is Ghostbusters, the video game remastered.
Yeah.
So get Ghostbusters and Blair Witch.
The Ghostbusters. They must have some kind of deal with them right now because, they own Rocket League and Ghostbusters is in Rocket League, and then they got the free Ghostbusters game on the store. I know it's Halloween, but they must have reached out and did some kind of partnership with them. When's the movie coming out?
I really enjoyed that last movie they did. That last
And
one.
they got a new one coming out?
Yeah, I thought they had a new one coming out.
Oh, wasn't this going to be like a remake and they were going to like disregard the last two or something?
Something like that. It was because it was some kind of
Because they're bringing like the guys back into it or something instead of the girls or whatever.
Yeah, the girls cracked me up. They were hilarious.
God.
But yeah, I'd love to see like some kind of bringing back the old people in. That'd be awesome. Is that Dan Aykroyd? So good.
Oh yeah,
But anyway,
Ghostbusters Afterlife 2021, Mayo, June 11th.
Yeah, 6 months.
Nice. Hopefully theaters will be open by then.
Yeah, hopefully. I hope it's not Netflix or Amazon. Woo.
No free Steam games. That is all for your console section.
Cool.
Let's move over to our community questions of the week. And we just had them ask us questions. So our first one comes from Leahy. And he asks, what games of this generation really stood out to you guys? And going forward, what features are you most excited for?
Definitely some of the games on this generation that stood out to me. Hands down, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
That game literally is like, I think the pinnacle of gaming. Like, it really is something that like I don't think anything can beat it. Even to this day, like new shit has come out since then. And even the new shit is like, nah, Red Dead's still better. Like, they just went into so much detail in Red Dead that I don't know if anything can beat it. Maybe Cyberpunk can beat it. Because I guess one of the other things that stand out to me is also Witcher 3 stands out a lot.
Yes. Good one.
That was going to be my choice. Like, The Witcher 3 is, pretty well known.
Yeah, like definitely. Like, I feel like that game is one of the games that like people always talk about when they ask, like, well, what RPG should I play? And I was like, well, have you played The Witcher or whatever? Have you played The Witcher 3?
Yeah, I'd probably go with The Witcher 3 as well. I put a ton of hours into that on console and probably at least, who knows, probably 10 or 15 on PC.
Yeah.
But what features are most excited for? Yeah, probably that quick resume, Leahy. I can't wait to play that on the Xbox and PlayStation. Especially coming from like a cold start. Wow, I don't have to wait for like a startup screen. I mean, you do, but still, the fact that you don't have to walk away, go grab your phone or just have your drink handy, man, because you won't need to get up to go get it. It'll just be instant. Going from one game to the next as well, depending on what the game is, right? Like just one game thinking offhand is like Sea of Thieves. Like, oh my God, that game just takes forever to load in. Not that I ever play it, but yeah. Loading that
the issue with all those games, Gunny, like Sea of Thieves.
GTA 5, like that's another one that takes a while, right?
No, but the issue with Sea of Thieves is that like I'd say you have Sea of Thieves on your new console and I have Sea of Thieves on my PC, and then we play with Jonathan Hall, who doesn't have Sea of Thieves on the new Xbox. He has the old Xbox.
Yeah.
No matter what, we're always going to be waiting for him.
True.
To load in. It's always going to be waiting for him to load in. Like, it's like, fucking lame, like this sucks.
It's that procedural open seas world style type game that has to be, it just has to be loaded that way. Yeah.
Like Call of Duty matches even.
Yeah.
Or like any kind of match, Battlefield match.
Just because Rocket League,
Call of Duty.
Rocket League, when I played Rocket League, it's against PlayStation mainly. Like it's I would say probably like 90% of the player base is like on the PlayStation network. And it tells you, like, I'll load into the game and I'm the only one in the match. I'm just sitting there and I can't move. Your car can't move.
Yeah.
And then it's like everybody will pop in except for like one guy. And we're sitting there and you're like, come on, guy, come on. Say their name. I'm like, come on, Black Dog 55, you can do it. You can get in there, you know. And then he finally loads in, and then the timer starts counting. And then you're like, oh, come on. I just want to play, But,
yeah, like I said, you're always tied to like the lowest console, and that's gonna be a big problem, I think, when the new gen comes out, because everyone's gonna be playing with old gen people, and like that OG Xbox is really old and really slow. They're all slow compared to the new ones, But imagine that old one, super slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Jonathan Hall. He says, if you could Frankenweenie one of your deceased pets, would you? Who's
No.
to say I haven't?
No. That's no. That's
I don't think so.
Okay, I think so. It wasn't a definite no. He's like, I don't.
All right. Okay, Mayo, if you could say you could make your pet live forever by uploading it to a computer. Would you upload your pet to a computer?
No, I don't think so.
You'd still have to feed it virtually, and you'd still have to like pet it virtually. It can still feel things, like it has emotions. It can still feel, and it knows if you're not paying attention to it and all that. So, but it would just be like on a computer, like you like on your phone or something, like an app almost.
Yeah.
Would you do it?
No, I would neglect it.
Wait, man, would you pay like some kind of mage or priest or whatever to upload that, raise that thing from the dead?
No.
And what if you can actually bring your dog back from the dead? Would you do it? I don't want to. Fuck no.
Nah.
That's just weird, Gunny. This is awkward. No, like no way.
All right. He wants to know if we went trick-or-treating or, did you all trick-or-treat IRL or did you take advantage of the Halloween festivities on Animal Crossing? He said his wife was all about that Animal Crossing, man.
No and no.
I didn't do either.
I was working, and then after work yesterday on the house simulator, I went to sleep. That's what I did.
I didn't even know that what's that game?
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing had that shit going on.
There was probably some turnip sales in there as well. Jason Sams, if you could pick up one of the new next gen consoles to get first, which one would you pick and why? Well, obviously, I'm going with Xbox first. Like, I'm going to get the Xbox Series X first before I get the PlayStation 5. And I would only get that first because I have a game share. I've got a huge library I can carry forward. I'm invested in that ecosystem. I'm familiar more with the controller. It's more of my go-to daily consoles. So just moving that forward. Playing with my Cyberpunk 2077 controller here, guys. That's what I'll be playing with.
Ooh.
That's fancy.
I think
I'll probably just play with the Series X controller.
I think it
first,
depends on all the situations because, myself, I would pick up a PlayStation before the Xbox just because I have access to all those games on my PC. Now, if I didn't have access to them games on PC, it might be a little different. But for me, it would be the PlayStation because I can play all these Xbox titles right here.
Yeah, I would almost agree with you, Mal, but at the same time, I'm with Gunny too, where I have all this huge, like I have a huge library on the Xbox. This shit, it's a lot of games, like probably 1,000 games or more. Mm-hmm. And they're just sitting there right now. They're just not being played. It's like, fuck, if you think about that, you're like, that's so much money that you've invested in that. Like, you're just letting it go, really. But at the same time, the future's Game Pass and like shit's coming to PC and
right.
And you can't beat the PC experience. That's the hard part. Once you get into a PC and like you realize just how much better it is.
All right, Mr.
It's hard to go back. It's hard. It's hard to go back. It really is. It's like it's like that first hit, Gunny.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Like I've talked with people outside of work or at work, around work all the time, and I talk about how, hey man, if I had, if I went a different route, and I talk about it with my son Kyle all the time because he's got the laptop, and it's like, he's always talking about graphics cards, and I'm like, I'm sure if I had that if it was like, hey, I'm going to get that 3070, 3080, right, and upgrade, and put that into really upgrade this PC and go that route, I'd be singing a different tune. I'd be like, oh my God, yeah, like Game Pass all the way, baby, sure, but I'll just get the PlayStation 5 for that'll be my first console. But that didn't happen this year, right? So it's going to be Xbox again. Brian said if Mayo ran for the presidency, how badly do you think him and Gunny would have crushed it on Tuesday?
I mean, Joe Biden and President Trump would be fucking scared right now. They'd be like, what the fuck do we do?
Fucking Gunny and Mayo. Holy shit. Yeah. Where are we at in the polls, guys? You're like 10 points behind. Yeah, that's right.
You'd be out there campaigning right now, guys. Yeah.
I'd be my pickup truck headed down to San Francisco right now. Vote for Gunny Mayo. Yep.
Yeah. I could see a big flag that says Mayo Gunny 2020.
There you go. That's
what would our slogan be, Mayo?
Ooh, a slogan?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's off top of the head, huh? I mean, this is important.
Yeah, right. I know. I almost had one, but yeah. Yeah, we don't have one. So I don't think we did do well. Right? We're like, yeah. Brian has another question for you, Jesus. Now, what does Jesus suggest I do when my football team is sucking ass, as I know he has lots of experience with this? What do you want him to do? Because this team is not doing too well. How are those Cowboys doing?
Yeah, they're doing pretty shittily. Fuck you, Gunny. All right, so this is what happened. Their quarterback got injured, right? First of all, their offensive line, the whole offensive line, pretty much it's like their backups are playing. All the main ones, the starter, the main stars or whatever, they all got hurt. All right, so that first happened. And then their quarterback went down, I want to say 2 or 3 games ago, 3 weeks ago. He broke it, his foot was sideways. It was the starter. He was the star of the team pretty much. And his foot went sideways because some big dude landed on top of his foot when he was running the ball and he got tackled or whatever. I'm pretty sure he did it on purpose and broke his ankle. So he's out for the season or whatever till whatever the fuck. I think he had surgery after that day or whatever. So he's out for the season. So they had hired this other quarterback, Andy Dalton, who used to play for the Bengals, I believe.
An Ohio team.
Yeah. And
he was bad.
And he was pretty bad. I mean, but everyone thought that he was bad because the team he had, right? The reason the Cowboys got him was because they paid a decent price for him, considering his stats or whatever. And they thought if our quarterback goes down, it's good to have a veteran that's played in the NFL before, that's actually started, in games, and that could go out there and do good. Well, last week or the week before, one of those, I don't remember even because I didn't watch the game, but when they were playing against, I believe, the Redskins or the Washington National fucking, whatever the fuck they're called now, the
Washington football team.
Yeah, Washington football team. Those are the Nationals or something. He got hit. He got sacked, but they said that it was a dirty hit because it was almost like a helmet to helmet hit where he got hit right in the head, and those are illegal hits. Like in the NFL, you cannot do a helmet
penalty hits.
Yeah, you can't do a helmet to helmet hit, and he got a pretty bad concussion. So he's on concussion watch or whatever. So they pulled him out of the game, and they had some third, I'm talking legit, third string, no one knows who this guy is. Who is this guy? What the fuck did they get? It's like if they had you out there, Gunny, they just called you out from the fucking bleachers and hey, Gunny, get your jersey on, Gunny. You're going in.
Where? Where do I stand?
We're not throwing the ball.
You're on the wrong side. Get over here.
It's like if they give you a jersey and a helmet and tell you to go out there, Gunny. And pretty much they had this dude out there, and then so he played it was terrible. It was like the Cowboys lost really bad. It was it wasn't even losing. It's not like your quarterback got injured and you were winning. No, it's they were getting their asses kicked, and then your quarterback gets injured. So it's that even demoralizes the team even more because it's now you're not just out your main quarterback, you're out your backup quarterback, and now you have this really rookie kid out there.
Oh man,
yeah. So then the team is just devastated. The whole team is just fucked. I don't know what their plan is this season. I mean, what do you do with the third string quarterback? What's your plan? All right, guys, I guess we'll go out there and try to win. I mean, I guess. Good.
Cowboys. Just like those Niners are going to do tomorrow against Seattle, I think.
Yeah, fuck the fucking Niners. I hate the Niners. I mean, I hate the Seahawks because everything up here literally is Seahawks.
Yeah.
So I hate the Seahawks, but I hate the 40. I would root for the Seahawks before the 49ers. Like you know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean. I'm rooting for the Niners beat Seahawks.
Fuck the Niners. I fucking hate the 49ers. Fucking fuck the 49ers. I hate those motherfuckers. But the Seahawks, I could root for them. If it comes down to it, I could. But like, yeah, the whole and it's just not just the Cowboys. The Cowboys are doing probably the worst in their division.
Wait, did they already?
Their whole division is bad.
I forgot we're recording on a Sunday here.
Oh, we are. Did the 49ers?
I know. It's like, yeah. I know. I haven't checked.
Oh, they're playing right now, Gunny. Let's go over to sports with Jesus.
Here we are.
Hey, guys. I'm out here. I'm coming in live with Fox Sports here and Jesus here. And Gunny, right now, the Seahawks have the ball. Or right now, they're defending. They don't have the ball. But they are up 13-7, Gunny. The Seahawks are up 13-7. And it seems to be a tight game here. We're on the second quarter, 2-minute warning. And 49ers have the ball. Back to you, Mayo, in the studio.
It's not loading for me, but I'll believe you because it's not checked. I'm trying to check it on Twitter. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's no sports ball talk for you people. We're moving on to.
Okay.
But Brian wants to know if we've seen any good carved pumpkins.
You guys get ready to watch them now?
The coolest one I saw, there was some real cool ones I saw on the internet. There was a cool one that I saw look like a Tetris. Like a board, like it was like a Tetris board.
Oh, that's cool.
It looked like and it wasn't just like a Tetris, like a regular Tetris board. It was like the Tetris Effect one. So it had like the background for like Tetris Effect. It looked pretty fucking. I was like, they went into lots of detail with this one. Like, holy shit. I could never do something like that, but it was pretty cool.
Nice. The only one I saw that I thought it was cool was where. It was at a grocery store where he was going to do like a wine display on top of a wine barrel, but then he put a pumpkin inside the barrel, like in the middle. So it looked pretty badass, like where it was like, is that a pumpkin in a side of wine barrel? But it's like cut out. It was just, it was an awesome looking, but it was just a normal type style design. But the guy put extra lights in it. Looked pretty sick.
Yeah, there was some cool ones that I saw out there that were pretty dope. Pretty dope.
Yeah, my daughter usually does like kind of like how you scrape the design. You don't cut all the way through, and she usually comes up with some pretty good ones. I don't know if she did one this year or not. I haven't seen her for like a week now, so she might have, but I'm not sure.
All right, Normie, Lay, what's up? She wants to know why we can't all be born knowing math. Because, you know why, Normie? Because we need truck drivers like me. Somebody has to drive those trucks. And I don't add or subtract. I just drive. I drive truck.
Yeah, you drive truck.
You drive truck, you make money. Okay.
Just like a caveman. You drive truck, you make money. Go now.
Just bring me a paycheck. It's got numbers on it.
I deal with money. You don't buy nothing. Yeah.
Gunny has to deal with how many cases and stuff he's delivering to people.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, Gunny. You have to do math. You have to know what the fuck you're delivering.
I'm essential because that's true. I do have to count when I come in there and how many 750 milliliter boxes are there? Bottles? Like there's like 12 in a box.
You got to read and do math.
Yeah.
No, but I saw my son doing math homework Friday night, and I was like, "What is that? Is that a chart? With
language or something?"
Listen, like my daughter, she's in 4th grade, right? And like, I don't know if they do this every decade or every however long, but nowadays the kids that are like in elementary school are learning a new method of math. It's not like it's not the way you learn math, Mayo, because you're like a boomer. So like the way you learn math was different from the way I learned math, right? Like they taught me how to do it a certain way. But then like the new generation, they do it completely different. Like the way my daughter does math, like I had to write down a problem on a piece of paper, like how, like, you know, I told her like, okay, add whatever or multiply whatever by whatever, and then she like knew. Okay, so she's like, okay, and I was like, show me the steps, like how do you do this? And like the way she was showing me was like super complicated. Like she drew this like rectangle box. Like she drew like lines and squares inside the box and like multiplied it. Like it was fucking. I was like, yeah, this is bizarre. Like what the fuck are they teaching you? Because the way I showed her was like, you know, you drop down, you go from right to left, and you drop down like 9 + 8 is fucking 17. Then you carry over the 1, and then you go. Then if you're multiplying, you go like whatever, you know, you're diagonally multiplying, and then you add the first row, second row, third row. And the way she was doing it was like some fucking square box thing with like more boxes. And she was drawing like, she like put the numbers in this box and she was like crossing out boxes and crossing out numbers. And I was like, what the fuck? And she was like, that's not how you do it. I was like, who the fuck showed you this? And she's like, my teacher. I'm like, what the fuck are they teaching you guys? Like, it makes no sense. Like literally her way of doing math, it came out to the same answer, but it took her like
twice as long,
50 more steps to do it. I was like, what's the whole point of this? Is it just to make you do more steps as you're doing it? I don't understand why they would change the way people do math. It makes stupid.
I know. I forgot what they call it. It's
a new way, right, of doing it.
Yeah, but it's like
I thought it was called Common Core.
I thought it was just a California thing. What was it, Mayo?
Common Core, I thought they called it.
Yeah. That's it. It's Common Core. I think that's what they call it here in California.
That's so dumb. Why would you change that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's been around since probably even. I know even before my kid was even in school. That's when they changed it.
But I mean, the way I did it was the old-fashioned way. I guess that's the way I learned, and I guess I was probably like one of the last generations to learn it the old-fashioned way. But it's so much, to me, it's so much simpler. Maybe it's because I learned it that way, right? Like she learned it this way, so to her it's like, oh no, this is easier because I learned it this way.
Yeah. But, so when they go to do those like state tests that they do, kind of, what is it, like near the end of the school year? Oh, I wonder how they're going to do that. How are they going to do that this year? I have no idea, since they're not in school anyway. But it's like
I'm telling you, man, it was bizarre. She like drew these fucking boxes, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? I'm like, no. I'm like, do it in a fucking line. You go up, down, and you fucking go in the line. God damn it. She was like, no, that's not how you do it. My fucking Mayo, with you and your 50 fucking steps.
You try to teach her a different way. You're confusing.
I'm teaching my kid a more efficient way to do math. You know.
Yeah.
Like when you go to work,
confusing and frustrating, and it causes more stress. And
listen, when you go to work and you show your boss, hey, that guy is doing 50 steps to do that job. I could do the same job in 10 steps. He's going to be like, well, Gunny, I want you to do the job now because fuck that guy. He's taking too long.
Buddy cops, that's right. In the real world, in the business world of things.
Right, Mayo? God damn it.
I completely agree.
Like it literally takes like 10, like 20, 30 more steps to do the way she was doing it. And like, I'm like, you didn't have to do all that. You could have just done it this way. She was like, oh, well, this is the way they make us. Like they force her to do it that way. Like, and I told her, I was like, you know what? You should trick your teacher one day and do it the way I showed you and see what she says. She's probably going to be like, motherfucker.
Would probably send you an email, but it was like a poem of like, right? How dare you,
this is not correct.
So I'm calling CPS on you for teaching your daughter old math.
Then she finds out you're not a boomer. You're a millennial. Like, what?
Oh, you fucking boomer. Stop teaching your daughter old math. Oh, shit. I'm dead. Oh, man. Yeah. I bet you our listeners in the UK still do old math because they wouldn't be stupid enough to do shit in boxes. All right. God damn it.
That's what we want to know. Who? Yeah. Despite who built your shitty roads, we want to know how do you do math?
Yeah. How do you guys do math in the UK? Let us know, UK listeners.
They probably start from the left as they drive on the left.
Oh, you think they go left to right always? They're just like, fuck everyone else in the world. We go left to right always.
Right, but still, yeah.
Oh, shit. That'd be funny.
I mean,
oh, shit. Next question.
Next and last one we have from Andrew D. He says, Jesus, after you crashed your car, who was supposed to take his wheel? And I assume he's talking about his racing wheel that he recently purchased from some shady web trading thing. I don't know if are you in that chat, Jesus? If you're not, just kind of fill you in. Like he's having hand surgery due to a prior car accident himself. So he's going to be playing a lot of Halo and Forza on a racing wheel.
Wait.
Okay, not Halo, but at least Forza.
So he was in a car accident and he has to use the racing wheel?
Yes, that's right.
He's going to try to use
why? Because he can't use his hand controller?
Like a flight stick. He was going to try one of those. I think he's more one-handed, so he had to like try to use something.
Oh, so he can't use like a joystick like in his right hand or something, or his left hand?
Something like that, yes.
Okay. Well,
maybe if he was a little more ambidextrous, he could use a hand and maybe some the toes, but still.
Maybe he should just buy an Xbox adaptive controller.
No, we were talking to me and Jonathan had recommended that I don't know, but he was like, man, they're way too expensive or they're out of stock.
They are. They're like $200-$300 or $200 or something. Yeah. They're expensive.
They were a lot.
And it's not just that. You get just the controller. Like you have to buy all the accessories that go into that fucking thing. Like the cost isn't there's a lot of cost to the controller itself, but like one of the peripherals, like a joystick for it or something, it's like $60 on top.
So I forgot to mention also, because once he showed me the picture of what the guy's going to send to him, that does include the pedals as well. Oh. So you can that left and right pedal, the brake and gas, can be used as a left and right trigger. If you think about it, you can set it up that way.
How's he going to do that? Gunny, don't give him any stupid ideas to play fucking Gears of War. With the fucking, play Gears of War with the fucking steering racing.
Right. Yeah. Gas.
You know what?
I think you would mightily enjoy like using a foot pedal for a cover mechanic. Like hit the button and automatically take cover.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Or crouch. Cheating. Or you automatically just step with your foot and you automatically crouch.
Yeah. Oh, just like in that arcade game, yeah.
Yeah, that Time Crisis or some shit.
Is that what it was? I think it was Time Crisis. Yeah,
Time Crisis.
Did you step on the pedal to crouch?
Yeah, it goes down. Yeah, it goes down to crouch.
Add another quarter from
shoot off screen to reload. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, what kind of surgery is he having in his hand? They're cutting his hand off. What are they doing here?
No, I think it's just carpal tunnel.
Oh, that's some whack ass surgery. You don't need no surgery for no car. Back in my day, we would treat the carpal tunnel with work, Gunny.
I think when it gets to a certain point, you pretty much have to have carpal tunnel, because I knew a lady, she always wore like a brace on her hand constantly.
Back in my day, we used to put ice cubes on your arm and you go back to work. God damn it, you.
What do you mean your right arm's missing? Get to work. That's how we did it back in my day. No right leg, you hobble in.
All right, Gunny. Yeah, tell me, what did they used to do back in the day for carpal tunnel? Back in your day, huh, Gunny? I'm pretty sure that no one had fucking surgery for carpal tunnel. Everyone was still playing Atari games and shit.
Back in Gunny's day was amputation. They just took it right off.
See, you can't feel your hand. We're chopping it off. Oh shit!
He could buy an Atari. They'll have the joystick.
Yeah, they'll have the joystick.
There you go. Buy the VCS. Andrew,
one button. He could use his thumb. Just use the joystick.
Yeah, he can still use his bad hand. You could use it to like smack the one button. You know,
you can hold it like hold the joystick with your palm and your right thumb, or your left.
You could get like like some double-sided tape and just like stick it to his desk so it doesn't go anywhere, and then he just.
There you go. Yeah, what the fuck are you complaining about here, Andrew? Fucking get yourself an Atari, dude, and you're set.
Right, I'm sure he's fine with the mobile game, right? You just play Cookie Clicker for 8 hours.
Play these games together.
Him and Jonathan, the only two people on the online service connected to each other. Somehow they're friends. The only two people on there.
He'll be playing Gears Pop till it gets
fucking fails. Oh shit! Yeah, that sucks, man. I'm sorry about your surgery. Well, how do you have, Gunny, how does he have carpal tunnel from a car accident? That makes no sense.
I don't know.
I think I was the one that mentioned or asked him what had happened, and that's what he had come back saying, that he had, it's from his car accident, that it was something to do with carpal tunnel.
Maybe it just made it worse, right?
Yeah.
Speculating.
This sounds like he's getting car insurance to pay for his surgery of carpal tunnel that he's had for years.
Hey, whatever it takes, right?
Pre-existing condition. I'm fucking calling his insurance company right now. I'm calling him.
Whatever it takes, man, to get that done, right? I mean, if you can't work, yeah. It's hard to work with braces, probably doing his job.
What does he do? He does the stitching, right? The leather stuff. The leather
upholstery and stuff. Yeah, that would be your hands. You're constantly twisting your wrists.
Yeah.
If you would have had a BMW, Smith, German engineering, he might not have had this problem right now.
He would have been fine. He could have crashed twice, and he would have still, his hand would have been perfectly fine. But no.
What do you have? A little Ford Fiesta on Geo?
Yeah, see, Ford, bad engineering. Bad engineering. You don't want to crash in a Ford. He's probably dead. He doesn't even know it. He's probably dead. He probably got COVID from that accident.
I'm sure he was wearing a mask by himself.
Did he take his own temperature?
Best thing he could have done, he could have got a British car. He could have went like an Aston Martin, and he would have been perfectly fine.
Yeah, but no.
Could have got a Mini Cooper. I call those pooper scoopers.
The biggest guy at my work, this motherfucker is like 6 foot something, big motherfucker. It looks like a grizzly bear, dude. And he drives a Mini Cooper. It's just the funniest thing. I'm like, that is the funniest sight I've ever seen in my life.
Get out of a car or something, just
like seeing him get into and out of that little Mini Cooper. It's like some like light blue Mini Cooper, like a 4-door, like, the little Mini Coopers. And I'm like, that is the funniest fucking thing in the world. Just seeing like this huge guy get in this car.
You almost expect him to pick it up and carry it with him when he gets out.
I'm gonna put this in my pocket now.
You just take it and put it on the sidewalk.
Yeah, like no kidding, dude. It was just kind of hilarious seeing him. Like,
you remember, because I used to work with a guy at one of my first jobs that I worked at a long time, and he was like, he was probably 6'1", not super tall, but he drove one of those red Yugos.
Oh.
Do you remember the Yugos?
I don't remember no fucking Yugo, Gunny. What the fuck is a Yugo? I'm not this old, Gunny.
He's a young pup over there, Gunny.
You remember those, right, Mayo?
Yeah, I can't remember what they look like off the top of my head, but I remember them.
It looked like a Ford Fiesta, but I think it might have been a little bit smaller. And it's basically a car that was made in Yugoslavia.
It was like one of the worst cars ever made that they always fucking like, they were like cheaply made or whatever.
Yeah, we used to always make jokes like, you go slow. You go nowhere.
Yeah, they were like super cheap, weren't they? Like 4,000. Like retail price $3,990. That's brand new, like off the lot.
Yeah, they were dirt cheap. But this guy drove it. I never seen him have a problem with it. But
yeah, Goody, because it cost $10 to buy the replacement part to fix the shit.
That's
probably. As a car costs $3,990. How much do you really think it cost the company to make it? Probably like $2,000 at most.
You can just buy two and just spare part off the second one.
Just buy. Can I get two of the same color, just in case the one starts breaking down? I'm just gonna buy used parts off of the other one to fix it.
I don't want to have to bother with spare parts in my garage or in my closet where I keep that other Yugo.
Oh shit! Yeah, I'm looking at this Yugo now. This looked like a Gunny car.
What? No.
I can see Gunny driving this. I
did have a Ford Escort, but it was a 4-door.
Yeah, that's my question. What kind of car are each of us driving? Not like in real life, but what kind of car do you picture us driving?
Yeah, that's a good question for the community.
Yeah, what kind of car do you picture each of us driving?
Good luck.
I like
Don't
that.
say the old Gunny. Everyone already knows Gunnies.
Yeah, but what car do they? What vehicle do they?
Yeah, what vehicle do you picture us driving? Gunny lives in California. Mayo's over there in Ohio with these big pickups. I'm in Oregon, smoking all the marijuanas and protesting all the time. What kind of car do you picture us driving?
Ooh, I already know the one for Jesus. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. Oh, all right, ladies and gentlemen.
Next week on Horrible Gamers Podcast.
Where can we find you, Gunny, during the week? Where can people find you?
During the week, go find me on Xbox under gamer tag Gunny Chief. that's where I'm at on Steam. I might be the Gunny Chief on Steam. What am I, Mayo?
Sorry,
Something like that.
I'm posting our question already.
But I'm on that Uplay, whatever it's called now, Connect, or I haven't updated that long. I updated it last week, but it wasn't there. But I'm on the Uplay. I'm on Epic under Gunny Chief and Kane Marston on Twitter. Kane, Kain Marston at Twitter. Where do we find you, Jesus?
Find me on everything as Jesus Walks a Lot. And that's really it. Literally on everything. Discord, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter.
Man, we need to find you. Somebody needs to find you. Where would they go locate you from?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna keep this really short this time. Just find me on Discord. Find me as the Mayo, and come find us. Click on that link, and on our show notes to the HGP Discord, you'll find me online. It pretty much shows me online all the time, I think, because it's connected to my phone. So I am always here.
And I'll just mention also, if you're on Facebook and you see us on Messenger or even on Steam, and you want to know where that Discord link is, just message us that way, and we'll send you the Discord link if that's the easiest way for you to be added to the HGP group or whatever you call it, channel. What do we call them?
Oh, sorry. What did you say? I'm looking at Hugo Facts.
Yeah. It was just funny that he was like the only one that I remember that bought that car. And he'd always park it in front. It would just take up like half a parking spot. Hey, but it ran. And, and he would always get out and say, don't laugh, it's paid for, But he kept it clean. He kept it running in good condition. And he'd always be bumping some music through those speakers. I'm sure he was able to buy a good stereo system.
There's
man.
USC
he only paid and $3,000 for it or $4,000.
I see some pretty nice stuff in the area where I live in. It's kind of a more expensive area, but lately here I've been seeing run around a DeLorean. So he's driving a DeLorean around, and you just don't see them all that often anymore. So.
In Oregon, you see them quite a bit. Like I've seen them. Yeah, you see them quite a bit in Oregon. I've seen a few. Like there was actually one not even that long ago at one of the mechanic shops right down the street. It was just parked there, just chilling. I'm like, huh. But you kind of see them like every so often. I don't know. What was it like? What are the cars really good at? Did it sell better on the West Coast than the East Coast? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe because they got that stainless steel body, but the underside. Maybe here in the East Coast, rots out more often because of the salt and all that kind of stuff from the winter. Maybe you see more in the West.
The Coast. Bottom side, it wasn't stainless. None of it was stainless on the bottom.
Just the body was, right. So, the bottom side probably rots out, here in the East Coast where we use salt and stuff more often for the winter. So maybe in the West Coast, you don't have that so much. Maybe there's more run around. I don't know. But yeah, there's a guy running around with the DeLorean here. I've seen him like 4 times probably in the last week. So just chilling.
That's badass.
Just swinging that thing around, isn't he?
Car with an interesting history there. So
yeah, that one's actually the whole rise and fall of the DeLorean company. That was pretty wild. But
I don't see those much anymore.
Yeah, man. I don't know. You're right, Mayo. Like I always think about the East Coast, and I don't ever see like people driving old shit over there. I think you're right. I think all the salt and stuff fucks your guys' cars up. They can't last that long.
So that California to Nevada freeway, where it snows mostly, just up and over those mountains a lot. Like, but they always put down dirt or whatever.
It's like gravel, right? Like some kind of gravel.
It's more like it's more like sand than anything else.
Yeah.
But so I just wonder if at all, maybe Normie knows if they've changed over to that dirt versus salt, because I did live back in New Jersey. Not far from Normie for, when I was a kid. And they'd always put down salt.
We still here in Ohio pretty much use salt and brine. They put that spray down for ice. But I used to see like in a small town, instead of using salt, now they kind of got away from that, and they'll put like stone or like gravel along like, stop sign areas and stuff.
They do.
You can get tracked, but that's it. Like the rest of the road would be normal. Like it would just be ice covered and snow covered. But they'll put like gravel at the end of the stop signs and by the stop signs. But the highways they use the brine, to keep it from freezing, and then they used to use the good old fashioned snow plows.
Yeah, like here, like I said, it's not like. Apparently, I'm looking at the website, and it says here that Oregon uses magnesium chloride, which I'm assuming is like that brown
brine,
almost like gravel looking shit. And they also use salt, but Oregon, I think they only use salt like near the Mount Hood, like the big volcano where like it snows like crazy up there, like fucking inches and inches of snow, feet of snow. I think they only use the salt really up there because over here, like if it snows here in the valley. If it snows where I live, it means it snowed really bad everywhere else because I live in the valley. So like we're really low in elevation. So like if out here we have 5 inches of snow, 6 inches of snow, that means everywhere else is like a foot of fucking snow or whatever. Because, if it's bad here, it's fucking worse everywhere else. And here they only use like that gravel shit. Or like sometimes not even that. They just let it fucking melt. And hopefully you don't crash and die while you're driving, but it's fun to slide around and miss the red lights every once in a while, slide right through them.
Yeah, right.
It was fun.
Play bumper cars with your fucking car in front of you because you were just driving a little too fast.
It loses its appeal the older you get, Jesus.
Yeah, it's fun, man. It's fun.
I used to love it. I used to love driving. I used to grow up in northern Ohio, where I grew up, and we had a lot more snow. Yeah. We had more lake effect snow. And then now that I'm down here, like in central Ohio, we don't have as much snow down here. And when we do get snow now, I'm just like, oh, I hate it. I hate dealing with it.
Just drive around, spin around really fast in the parking lot, do donuts in the parking lots. It's all fun, man. It's all fun in games.
Yeah.
Have fun, people. Anyways, we're done. The show's been over for like the last 5-10 minutes now. I don't know what the fuck we're doing here.
I know, I'm starving.
This is just the bullshit. Is this the bullshit hour after show? What's going on? The listeners are confused right now because they're like, "What the fuck? They did the outros, or do they know they're still
talk? Now they're doing road and gravel and salty road talk here.
Do they know they're recording still?
Did they hit the stop button?
What's going on here? I'm looking at the Yugo, guys. I want one, Gunny. Go find me one.
Oh man, those things, yeah.
I mean, it's $4,000. Imagine how cheap it is to fix.
Well,
cheaper than a Honda.
You know what I almost bought at that time? It might have been. Yeah, it was around that time when I was trying to get another car.
Volkswagen.
So I had a Volkswagen Bug, but I wanted a new Geo Metro.
Those fucking cars. Those things.
Geo Tracker the other day. My daughter was laughing at it. She's like, "What is that thing?" It was like one of the neon, like the teal colors.
Yeah. The teal, like it was every time I see a Tracker, it's always that fucking teal color. It's always that like that. Yeah. What's it like that? Like that 90s fucking like little stripes on the side or whatever.
Right.
Oh God. Oh, the Geo Tracker. Those things are legit. I had a friend of mine who actually bought a Geo Metro not that long ago, and he bought it for like, I think he literally paid like $300.
Wow. I was gonna get
like that thing was like beat up, but like it like probably cost him like $20 in gas like every 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, it was a little four banger, but it was like something I still couldn't afford it. Like with whatever wage I was getting at the time.
Yeah.
It wasn't much.
Gunny was making 50 cents an hour, guys.
Yeah, I was making, gosh, what was I making at that time? I almost want to say it was $8.90 an hour.
That's good money back then, Gunny. We're talking about right now, minimum wage is $7.95 in most states.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
$8.90, yep.
$8.90, that's pretty good, Gunny. You're talking about you couldn't afford a Geo Metro back then. What the fuck were you doing with your money?
I had to pay rent, man. I had to pay rent and, yeah.
What the fuck were you doing with all your money, Gunny?
I was buying all those video games,
Yeah, motherfucker. I bet. All them video games. Yeah, Mayo had a fucking nice car over here. Mayo had a fucking nice car back when he was younger. Fucking street racing and shit. Pimping.
Maybe.
Yeah, motherfucker Mayo. My first car was a fucking Grand Marquis fucking boat.
Dude, I saw one of those the other day and I thought of you.
You should have.
Like, is that no, it wasn't a Grand Marquis, but it was similar.
But I'm not gonna lie, man. Out of all the cars I've ever owned since then, that was the most comfortable car to like ride in, to like be in while you're driving. It's the most comfortable. It's like it had like that fucking weird, like those seats. I felt like you were floating, dude. Like if you're going down a highway and you're just going down the highway, just cruising like up and down hills and shit, it feels like you're floating on a cloud. That's what it felt like.
I had the Dodge Duster. It felt the same exact way.
Yeah, it's so like I don't know what it is about new cars, but like new cars, man, or like I guess cars since like the 90s or 80s or whatever, they just feel like really hard on the road, you know, like it's just like.
And I think they do that on purpose, right? So you don't have to go in and get your shocks or struts changed out.
Yeah.
You know, only every 15, 20 years or something. But
yeah.
So it pretty much lasts as long as the vehicle does before you have to trade it in.
Like, I mean, man, those cars felt like fucking clouds, dude.
Yeah.
You'd be cruising in that motherfucker.
And it had those bench seats, right? So you could lay down. And if you were drunk, you could just lay, or just tired, you just lay down.
I'm gonna park on the side of the road and lay down. Mm-hmm, you know, yeah.
Have a pillow in the back in the trunk.
You'd be going fucking 80 miles an hour in that thing, and you wouldn't. It would feel like you're going 10. Like you just don't feel it. Just like. But nowadays, you're going 80 miles in the Geo Metro, and your ass is feeling like you're gonna die.
If we get something, we will just evaporate. Yeah. Won't be anything left of us.
Anyways, I guess this has been a crazy show. It's been like a lot of different topics, Mayo.
Yes.
Yeah. Anything else to add
this week?
Anything else to add for our UK listeners? Any more questions for our UK friends in the UK, Gunny?
No more questions.
No more questions. I mean, fuck Canada. Fuck them.
Pork Chop Poo, get well soon.
What's wrong with Pork Chop Poo? Is he good?
He's a bit under the weather.
I hope you feel better, Pork Chop Poo. We love you, and I hope that you get a new hand, Andrew.
Hey, like in Game of Thrones, right?
Oh, what if they give him like a metal hand, like a gold one?
That'd be sick, dude. Shine that thing every day.
He wakes up from surgery. It's just like a fucking metal gold hand.
I can't play Xbox with this.
We fixed your hand, Andrew. Oh, thank you, sir.
Like, well, there's always VR. A joystick or a what are they called? The move sticks or whatever. Yeah. Just tape it to your hand.
Oh, shit. Just tape it.
And when you want to click it, just hit your side of your head or something, or with your You're already picturing, because you've seen Game of Thrones,
Just fucking smacking himself with the controller, trying to fucking play the button. Oh shit, I'm dead. Peace out, Brussels sprouts. We'll catch you on the next week's edition of the Horrible Gamers Podcast. We're out of here, Mayo. Bye, everyone. Love you. Bye.